Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Wormer, and this is Genshin Impact, and we're still here in Krai, about to head to the scene of the crime once again with Flynn's. And honestly, I think Flynn's, he is still a suspect. Not I think he is, he definitely still is a suspect in this crime, but I believe it wasn't him, and also at the same time too, if someone's gonna have a plan for this, it's probably gonna be Flynn's. We're playing with Xiao today, and the name of this team, it's been so long since we used Xiao because there's been so many characters, but it's called Gene Squad. Oh yeah, Gene's supposed to be on this team, not Benny. I was like, why is it called Gene Squad? Oh yeah, because Gene is supposed to be on the team. I don't know why I put Benny on it. Maybe I was doing some sort of thing that needed someone with flames. Possibly. Why can't I see sometimes? Right there.
We may leave at any time.
We can't have Gene Squad without Gene. You know what I mean? Because it has been, yeah, since then we've had so many teams, so many characters, and even some characters we don't get to use all the time, but that's just how it goes if you want to use multiple teams. And this is one of my earliest teams. One of my earliest teams that I just love using. Oh my god, the classic poke the head around the corner here as well.
I understand the situation more or less. Much has happened, I see.
Right, a lot has happened, yeah.
Either way, I suppose we were lucky not to receive a warm welcome on the way over here. It seems my fellow Lightkeepers do not wish to make this case public just yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Guess Nasha Town's already been enough of a mess lately.
It'd be very hard, especially after the good feelings of how the cannon went off without a hitch and stuff like that as well. I imagine after that it'd be kind of let's not, you know what I mean? Let's let everything rest for a bit.
Let's stop here. Any further and the Ratniki might detect us.
We talked about this last time and a lot of people agreed as well. His voice is really fantastic. I think the way to describe it was it's very clear and direct, but also very soft at the same time too. Could do some audio book work if they wanted to.
Since you two can enter, I'll have to request that you kindly pick me up once you're inside.
Pick you up?
Oh? And how are we supposed to do that?
Yeah.
You'll know when the time comes.
Okay.
See you later.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, I'll trust you. Paimon with the nod of the head. Yeah, sure.
Still acting all mysterious. But he seemed pretty confident, so guess we've got to trust him.
100%, and it's only going to really affect him at the end of the day, you know what I mean? That's the thing. So, negatively, if anything goes wrong, to be honest. Yeah, you could say, oh, hey, you're working with the suspect and stuff like this as well, but, what are they going to say to us? This is an ungoverned place. Are they going to try to arrest us? Maybe, actually, now that I think about it. There has been attempts to arrest us before. I mean, what are you going to do, arrest me? Oh, yeah, maybe.
Hello?
You're the special assistants for this investigation, right?
Yep, that's us.
Sorry, I know it's a bit late, but there's a couple of things we'd like to look at.
Well, you're just in time. We're basically done investigating the crime scene. All that's left is to finish writing up some records. Then properly dispose of Sergeant Major Sosi's remains.
Man, what a way to put it, right?
If there's anything else you'd like to look into, this is your last chance to do so.
Did you find anything new?
Sadly, no. The motive behind the killing remains a mystery. And while we somehow managed to get news of Flynn's, an unexpected accident caused us to miss him.
Oh, Nefer.
But considering that Nefer from the Curatorium of Secrets came forward to help investigate, I have no doubt that a breakthrough's not far off.
Oh my god, it's so Nefer definitely caused some sort of accident, right? For sure. Expert use of delayed tactics on her part. Excellent work. Honestly, and then, it's so good as well to have Nefer on the case, because, then there's this confidence that they have that even if they are, trailing a little behind, music is gorgeous as always. It's oh, well, at least we have Nefer. You know what I mean? There's no way we can fail. I think that's actually really, really smart.
We'll do our part too. All right, we're going in. See you later.
We got Detective Paimon on the case. Yeah, the music's so stunning, isn't it? It's so stunning. Just remember who I am. Xiao. Not scared? Okay. You should be. You should be. How about a book reader? Boo! Yeah. Thought so.
Nefer's reputation once again.
Yeah, I do like that sometimes we do rely on other people's reputation and like their goodwill with people.
But we still know nothing about how Flint's is gonna enter, or how we'll pick him up. Never mind how we'll leave later on.
Yeah.
Something the matter?
The traveler saw some strange light by the window.
Huh. It looks like Flint's lantern. But where is he exactly?
His idle animation, I think one of his idle animations is literally him turning into like the lantern, so that could be it. Oh, using Animo as well for this? So cool.
Well, we've got the lantern. What now?
Great shot, by the way. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Paimon almost screamed
Pretty
out
cool.
loud.
You never said...
You never said you could do magic like that.
I don't know why I went into World Quest mode. Like, my brain just, like, switched into World Quest mode for a second. And I was like, I gotta read this for some reason. I think it's just because it's very early today. And I'm like, Paimon read half her line and I went, you know, it's time to read. But no, it's still, like, such a cool ability. And, like, the way he arrived as well was so cool, too. That's what I call going incognito.
This lantern may have a rather peculiar shape, but so long as it doesn't glow, it won't stand out in the dark.
Oh, okay.
I calculated that you would have already entered, so I chose a spot visible from the window before using light to send you a signal.
That's super fun. And, of course, like, we use Anima powers, which, like, do have the power of, like, gathering and suction as well.
As I thought, you're both sharp-eyed and on the ball.
Oh, look, compliment.
The perks of being veteran adventurers, huh?
Yeah. Well, you just did. Surely it can't be accomplished through elemental power alone.
Your composure is more impressive still. You're right. That required a little trick of my own.
What is that trick?
But let us leave such trivial topics for a more relaxed moment. Our time is limited after all.
Oh, wow. Like, it's like a stark reminder, isn't it? Like, there's a dead body in the room with us. And this dead body has been laying there for a long time. A dead body of a person who, like, had a family and everything. Like, it's such a, like, you know, sobering image every time, like, they pan on this.
Just as I thought. Come, try sensing it yourself.
He's maybe not the time to say this, but his yellow eyes as well, like to me, like they I don't know what they have, like, just like we said, Halloween vibes, right? They have such a Halloween vibe to them. It's very faint, but there's some residual power near the wound that feels identical to abyssal energy that surged from Flynn's lantern.
Identical powers must flow from the same source. It was the wild hunt, then, that
Rerir,
took
then.
my form and killed the Sergeant Major. But why do this?
To sow chaos by depriving the Lightkeepers of one of their commanders?
I wonder. I have no idea what the actual conclusion is going to be, and like, I wonder, there's like speculations to be had. I feel as well. This is one of those situations where I feel like whatever the answer is going to be is probably something we're not going to think of.
If the Wild Hunt's true form is powerful enough to stand against the world as you claim, I fear not even the full force of Lightkeepers could stand against him, let alone the handful of us stationed in Nosha
Which makes it so weird that he would attack one Lightkeeper. Just one Lightkeeper.
He would have no reason whatsoever to pick quarrels with individual ants.
Mm-hmm. Like, and that makes sense. Like, and yeah, we fought Rerir. The only way that we survived, we didn't beat him. Like, we did technically win the fight, but it was more of a case of that he retreated. But that was because we were together. I really feel like if it was one-on-one in both situations, it would have been a different thing altogether. You know what I mean? I do think it would be.
Let's look again more closely. We must leave no stone unturned.
There should no longer be need to keep this place exactly as is. Yeah, 100%.
Well, that makes things simpler. In that case, allow me to disturb the fallen. May the ghost flame guide your spirit. May you rest in peace.
I love how Paimon and Aether put their hand on their heart as well. I know what's so interesting, like, they probably... Oh, sorry. However, despite a very thorough search, very few new clues
When we
emerged.
fought, he seemed like quite a reckless foe. Certainly not the meticulous mastermind type. Yet here we are, grappling with this enigma he has left us.
And that's interesting. It's like the idea that, like, because he fought very recklessly, we maybe attribute that to maybe how he would act in other parts of life, but he seems more meticulous here. I was going to say, I love how, like, Paimon and the Traveler don't have the same religious beliefs, obviously, that, like, that anyone in Teyvat has, because they, not religious beliefs, but, like, they don't always have the same cultural beliefs that anyone has in Teyvat, because they came from, the Traveler came from beyond Teyvat. Paimon's lore has been confirmed to be, I think she comes from the Cutie Patootie tribe. But, like, the thing is with the Traveler is that, like, I think every single place he goes to, whether it be Natlan or Inazuma, Sume, all these places, he has such a respect for their culture, and I feel like he's just such a, him and Paimon are so good at just, like, embracing it, getting involved with it, never shying away from it, and that whether that it comes from, like, food, events, festivals, they are so good at just getting involved in all this stuff, even, like, there with the hand in the heart, like, yeah, and it's like, it's not like we always say that stuff, like, hey, like, about the spirits and flames passing on. But, like, we're here, and it's just a very respectful thing to do. I always loved that about the Traveler.
Oh, if we can't get any leads, we might have to go back and find Nefer. Oh, the longer we're stuck here, the likelier he is to achieve his goal. Oh, this is so frustrating.
Yeah. Is that all? Have you really tried every angle, found every clue? Is there something else? Paimon, look at the flashing light on his arm. Whoa.
You mean this?
Isn't it like an alarm, like a signal sent out?
I'm not well versed in machinery, but that means his mechanical arm is malfunctioning, right? It might have been broken in combat.
Should we talk to Aino?
No, that's not right. Paimon remembers this signal. We saw it before while repairing the cannon.
Wait.
It doesn't mean that the components are damaged. It just means that they're due for regular maintenance. So the device has stopped operating.
So how does this relate to the...
But the real problem is that...
When we were fixing the cannon, his arm was working just fine.
Yeah, he even helped us find the maintenance port.
Right.
It could still be a coincidence, but considering it hasn't been long at all since we were repairing that cannon...
It's been like 2 days, as in 2 or 3 days.
The Sosi you met could have been Rerir in disguise.
What?
In other words, he played the Sergeant Major before disguising himself as me.
Wait, so the Sozi we met at the time with the cannon could have been Rerir? Oh my god, this is what the Paranoia is gonna do to us. Like, that Sozi just seemed like, to me at the time, and this is why Rerir is, like, actually, like, pretty freaking good at what he does at this stage. At the time, Sozi just, to me, was, like, a bit, like, of a pushy, light keeper. That's all he was to me. I was like, oh, he's a bit pushy, but he seems like a hard worker at the end of the day, and he wants what's best for people. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's why Rerir's going to play all these characters so well that he, impersonates. Yes, like, that we kind of, like, I didn't see it coming with Lumine as much, even though I said that, I did say in the video there's a possibility that they could be, it could be something, like, going on with them not actually being who they say they are, right? But I still think that I accepted the moment there, because what Rerir was doing so well is that while there was, like, some things that can seem suspicious, they also, like, have such a good way of playing the other parts that sometimes you're not going to really know right away. And in this case, it's just like, who's going to suspect just, like, a kind of, like, slightly pushy, hard worker? Like, how would you? Especially if you never met them before. That's insane.
Right. If only there was some way to prove it.
If someone needed maintenance, you go register with Nashtown Repairman.
You mean Hintsa?
So it's not gonna be... I know, okay.
We had a short chat with him once at the tavern.
Yeah.
It's so late. Guess it'll have to wait till tomorrow.
So that's being called back to the guy we were talking to before. The one who studied under Aino, right?
I know where he lives. The situation is critical, so let us now take up the role of uninvited guests ourselves.
Okay.
Yes. And one more thing. Remember to pick me up by the window.
Oh my god. I love this idea of Flynn's. You leave the room when trouble starts. Yeah, there we go. Like, I adore, like, Flynn's as a character, because everything's whimsical. Everything's very, like, theatrical with Flynn's in a lot of ways, even though, like, he has, like, he has a dark tone to him, but, like, to me, it's, like, a very magical dark. It reminds me of, like the Halloween specials you would watch on, like, Cartoon Network or, like, Nickelodeon. You know what I mean? That's not an insult, by the way. That's it fills my heart with joy. It's the idea of like, yes, he's like a very horror themed character that will have a lot of deeper aspects to him. I don't want to say it's not that, by the way. And will continue to have like a deeper, emotional connection to to the world as well. As we've seen too, he already has had like very emotional moments. But I think it just like his vibe and his energy, it has like whimsical horror nature, not scary horror nature, very whimsical, very like tongue-in-cheek and very, very sometimes even like I'd say like cute. It's like really, really nice. It's that type of like spookiness that you'd expect from like something that's like not trying to terrify you, but has like a very like flamboyant, fantastical, whimsical nature to it. I love his way of doing things. Even like in the way he talked about Rerir impersonating someone. He's like, okay, now let's us take up the role of, unwanted visitors. I think it's really great.
Oh, it's you two. And Flint's. Given the hour, I guess it must be an emergency.
Whoever decided not to write that like all the men were gonna wear eyeliner like deserves to like have their name in the history books.
It is indeed. Our sincerest apologies for interrupting your rest. We are investigating a certain matter in connection with Sergeant Major Sosi. We'd like to know if he has sent you a request for maintenance to be performed on his mechanical arm.
Sosi. Oh. So the rumors I heard, are they true?
It's already spreading around the place a little bit.
You know what? Forget it. I'm sure it's complicated. No further questions from me. Just a moment. I need to check my records.
Thank you for your understanding.
There is a lot of that not cry as
Got
well,
it.
right? Excuse me.
8 days ago, he came to request a round of regular maintenance. But as it happened, I had run out of the required components.
8 days ago. So he knew he needed maintenance 8 days ago, I guess? Or maybe he was prepping?
His mechanical arm is especially sophisticated, having been designed by Aino personally.
Right.
The parts, too, could only be made by her. As such, they usually take several days to arrive. In fact, this time, he even asked me if we could push his request forward. And I understood, completely. Not being able to use your hand, that's rough for anyone. But even more so if your job involves fighting out in the wild. So I did my best to convince Aino to rush the job. And eventually, the parts arrived. 3 days ago, if I remember correctly. I sent word to the Lightkeepers immediately, but he never showed up. I assumed he was just out on some mission or other.
Man, 3 days ago?
What's with those faces? Everything all right?
Because by the sounds of things, he was a very hard worker. By the way, I was saying that there's a lot of this in Not Cry. I mean, like, a lot of people going like, hey, no questions asked, just I'll do it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people like to keep their privacy. But like, 3 days, like this is a guy who they've described as being such a hard worker and stuff, because being very efficient. 3 days ago sounds like it's way too long to wait to get your maintenance done.
You've provided us with some very crucial information, Hinza. You have our thanks.
So it was an impersonation who we were talking to before. That's crazy. Oh my god.
We can't make everything public yet, but once our investigation is complete, I will return to thank you and provide an explanation on behalf of all the Lightkeepers.
That's nice of you.
No worries. Just glad I could help.
Thank you, Hinza. I love Hinza's name.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night. Hope the investigation goes well.
What a nice dude.
It seems that it is as we guessed. The Sergeant Major Sosi you encountered while repairing the cannon was actually Rerir in disguise.
Oh my god, wait, so that means he got to like have a close-up look at the cannon. He got to see how it works. He got to see all the ports. He got to see all this stuff.
8 days ago, he had yet to act. But at some point after that, he attacked and imprisoned the Sergeant Major.
Because now we know the Sergeant Major's backstory, how he was just working to eventually like get to see his family more. It's so dark when you think about it now. It's like, oh my god, like, and he was imprisoned and like his last days were like anything but dignified, you know?
With the immense gap in strength between them, the job was finished in a single blow. And thus Rerir had no opportunity to discover the malfunctioning mechanical arm.
Right, and I do like this about the way Rerir does it, because Rerir does seem like, while they're meticulous with some aspects of the way they do things, and I want to like correct myself a little bit, I think, because I think this actually adds a lot to like Rerir's character a bit. Because while I think they're very good at the impersonations, and they did technically fooled us twice. You know what I mean? They technically did. One time because we wanted to believe, and the second time because, like, you know, how are we supposed to know it's Sozi? And no, other people got fooled as well. I do think there's also something to be said for the fact that, like, they have a little bit of a rush job maybe when it comes to some of this stuff. Because, for example, with our sister, for example, I think that's an important one, right? Where it goes, that's the most important one, where, like, they said some stuff that, like, our sister wouldn't have said, which means they found out a lot of stuff about us, and they found out a lot of stuff about our sister, but what's important to, like, humans, and again, a sinner might not feel this way because they don't have the same connection to humans as we do. What's important to humans sometimes is the smallest detail, you know, when in anything in life, you know what I mean? You especially if it's your family member, or your husband, or your wife, or your partner, or whoever, like, that you're close to, your best friend, you notice when something's slightly off, like, really instantly. Like, and anyone knows this, like, by the way, like, it's like one of those things where, like, if you talk to someone every single day, and not even every day, if you talk to someone every day for years, and then all of a sudden, like, they have a slight change in personality, it's almost like a red warning sign of, like, you notice it right away. So, like, these little things, like the malfunctioning arm, and the personality traits of Lumine makes me think that Rerir, while so powerful and so good, is maybe not rushing, but is not thinking about the details sometimes.
Perhaps his mastery of shapeshifting extends only to outward form, and not therefore to complex internal mechanisms. Hence his oversight of the uniquely mechanical traits of the Sergeant Major's arm.
Yeah.
And in turn, this flaw in his disguise.
And the reason why we were able to discover what happened here, yeah. That is a flaw. And again, it is like one of those things, it's these oversights, you know? These oversights are what we're able to, like, find out that it's him.
You're saying he thought no one would realize his mechanical arm was actually made of some kind of black muck on the inside, so long as it worked, right? Still seems like there's a lot of guesswork involved here, but it mostly makes sense.
That means the only thing he did as Sozi was fire the cannon.
This also has me stumped for the moment. The cannon has always been used to destroy the Wild Hunt, and it works as intended.
Why would he want to destroy the Wild Hunt?
But how would that help Rerir exactly?
Yeah, that's an interesting plan.
Assuming he plans to collect the fragments within Wild Hunt anomalies, firing the cannon works against him, since it would blast those fragments to smithereens.
This is so interesting. Why would he do this?
So we solved one mystery, only to dig up another.
Yeah.
Whew. This is getting Paimon kind of down.
Oh, Paimon.
And sleepy, too.
We've been on edge for too long, it seems.
Yes, I'd say it is high time we took a break. Seems like there's a lot left to investigate.
Right.
We'll have to fight Rerir eventually. And we'll do a poor job if we're not well rested.
Yeah, we should totally get some sleep first.
Want to rest the day in Nashtown? Your residence is quite far away.
A reasonable suggestion. I have no doubt that my quarters have been turned inside out by now, at any
We'll
rate.
stay in our room, right?
My colleagues have never failed to live up to my expectations of their discourtesy.
No, but, like, seriously, stay with us.
Well, guess we'll just have to pick you up as usual.
I suppose.
That would be good, yes. Feel free to put the room costs on my
No,
tab.
don't worry about it. Jesus Christ. Don't worry about it whatsoever. We going straight there? I guess it makes sense. They don't want the one just going on a journey with them in our hands.
Back inside. Whew, we can finally take a breather. Okay, Paimon. In and out.
It's important. It's important to take that rest, right?
I suppose we could all take a moment to unwind. As I recall, our first meeting took place not far from here. Ah, the nostalgia.
Was it like, how long ago was that then?
Had you already sensed the unique power within my lantern at that time?
Yes, which is why I asked you to give it to me. Pretty crazy that, like, the Traveler, like, right away was like, something's up. You know what I mean? That's so cool.
I see. Words truly do fail to capture your superlative insight. Fortunate then that abyssal energy was only leaking from the fragment in minuscule amounts when we first met. Or I might have been in for a real interrogation.
Right, yeah. So you only noticed something but slightly, but it's still so cool. It's so cool that, like, you know, all the way back then in Act 1, when we met Flynn, the Traveler was like, okay, something's definitely up.
Yeah. Hard to say how that would have played out. We've had a whole bunch of unpleasant run-ins with the Abyss.
Rerir seems fixated on you, and you on him. Oh, like a both eyes locked, basically.
You mean to ask why I'm going this far to oppose him? Well, as a light keeper, I'd say I'm simply doing my job.
He says, don't play games with me. Come on, don't play games with me. That would be a good cover for anybody else. But again, I think like in this situation, it's like, this is one of the 5 sinners. This is a power that's beyond anything in the Wild Hunt, like, that we fought before. Let's not play games.
Yeah! You're covered in more mysteries than Paimon could shake a spear at. You can't just get out of explaining yourself by making lame excuses.
There definitely is something there. There definitely is 100% something there.
All right. I suppose I do owe you some honesty, whether out of gratitude or the need to build trust.
Either or?
Your deductions have been quite correct. Should one wish to conceal oneself within a lantern, elemental power alone is not enough.
Okay.
You know humans well, and naturally you understand their limits. But some things that humans would consider difficult are quite normal in the eyes of non-humans.
Right?
So, you mean you're one of the latter?
So you're not human.
Have you heard of how Snezhnaya was once the realm of the Fae?
You're a fae?
This race is no longer of any importance,
What?
but they still exist. As evidenced by the fact that I am standing before
Wait,
you.
our buddy is a fae? Are you kidding me?
We've heard some scattered legends, but that's all Paimon thought there was to
That
it.
is so freaking fun. That's so fun.
I once turned my heart toward humanity, and thus did I experience loss. I once labored and did much, and put an end to my tale with my own hands.
It's interesting I say his tale as well, because fae are like so famous amongst like fairy tales and stuff, right? So he says, and thus I experienced loss. I did experience loss. I once labored and did much, and put an end to my tale with my own hands.
When you realize you are floating in the middle of a vast ocean, you cannot help but feel that swimming in any direction would be equally meaningless. Would it not be better, then, to simply sink?
Wait, what? So he's saying that when you're swimming in like a vast ocean, and it feels like, you know, maybe like you're like, again, it's he's saying any direction he's going in, it feels like, you know, you're not going really anywhere. And I guess would what? Would it be better to sink? Like, as in, like, wouldn't it just be better than just give up?
But before I could sink to truly lightless depths, chance had it that I should be awakened by a band of Ratniki.
Are you serious? Are you serious?
They were facing a horde of abyssal monsters, and could not last against such a disparity in strength.
Wow.
Yet none fled.
No wonder he's like, man, I need to be a life keeper. I need to be.
Those who dwell in darkness for long enough become exceedingly sensitive to all light. And the first light I saw upon awakening was that which shone from their eyes.
Oh my god, what a line, right? What a freaking line. The first, because he's been in the darkness for so long, and the first light that he saw was the light in their eyes. That's such a great line.
Is that why you chose to help them?
Perhaps I was moved by their valor. Perhaps I simply saw my past self in them, and was moved to action for the first time in a long,
That's so
while.
cool. And I love that he's saying it because, like, at one point he was someone who, like, had, like, a story and eventually an end came to his story. And, like, all that motivation is gone. The feeling to just sink and let yourself sink, like, took over. until he saw the light in the Ratniki's eyes. That's such a sick line. And he's a freaking fae, by the way, which again, by the way, I'm relieved in a way because the idle animation, like my first thought when I saw the idle animation of him like disappearing and reappearing, my first thought was like, oh, what if he's like, you know, one of those things like, what if he's a bad guy? You know what I mean? Like the first thought in your head is like, what if he's like, you know, because again, it's a very dark looking spiritual thing, right? And so it's like, what power does he have? Does this relate to like some real dark abyssal power, you know? And there are like fays, by the way, but it's more like there are fairies in Irish culture, which is different from like fays, like which I think like a fays is like from my remembrance, and people will say, you know, in more detail, but it is like fairies and other like kind of like mythical creatures like that as well. In Ireland, it would be kind of like something similar as well, which is really cool. I'm not saying it is like based on Irish culture, but I always just try to relate it back. It's such a cool idea, and honestly, it's a big relief because now it's like, oh, he went from being like, is he some sort of dark spirit, to be like, oh my god, he is magical. He is magical in more ways than one.
But I was freshly awoken, and my powers were limited. I could not prevent casualties altogether.
So he didn't save them outright.
The survivors and I buried the fallen heroes. That was the origin of the final night
Wait, so
cemetery.
you were there at the origin? And that's why you chose to become a lightkeeper. So he was there at the start of the final night cemetery.
Well, not exactly. I was just more familiar with them. So joining up seemed the most convenient way to experience human
But also
life.
giving you a direction. If you seemed directionless and you felt like, you know, sinking would have been the best option, to have like any direction to go in is like really cool.
Doesn't sound too believable.
I mean...
Well, I believe
There
it.
we go.
Besides, I'm well past the age when one might believe in things that must be done.
And if he was around, if he's a fae, there's chances he could be like... When he's saying age, it could be hundreds to thousands, right?
Nonetheless,
Probably
there
hundreds.
are still some things I will not allow to happen. The chaos that Rerir has been stirring up is one of them.
And if you think of it as well, like someone who like lived in darkness, saw the light in the Ratniki's eyes, appreciates that light and follows that light, right? And is a light keeper. You know what I mean? After coming out of the darkness, it makes perfect sense that they would have an even more passionate vendetta than even other people have to stop Rerir, because Rerir is bringing darkness wherever he goes.
Tomorrow I shall go and check
So
our
cool.
records to see if I can find any connection between the Wild Hunt, Rerir, and the
I
canon.
freaking love this, man. What a freaking great reveal. What a fantastic reveal.
Will you need us to get you where you need to be?
Oh, I'll be fine. I keep a backup copy at my residence in case of emergencies.
Very cool.
Can you even go back there right now? Won't there be Ratniki watching it?
Thanks for the reminder. I believe they'll have checked my place, but they won't have stayed. All things are ranked according to their priority, and we lack the manpower for such an open-ended stakeout.
And there's the knowledge of the Ratniki as well. It's like, hey, they couldn't even like do it out if they wanted to, really. So let's not, let's you know, not pretend that that's what they're doing.
And even if someone is waiting, I have ways around that. I am the master of my own house, after all.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool line as well. And this line encompasses why like the face stuff makes sense as well. He's been around for a very long time. He's probably a lot older than he even says than we thought he was. But also like he's seen so many things that at this point like his kind of like very direct but like magical tone as well makes so much sense. It sounds like someone who has been around the block. You know what I mean? It sounds like someone who has seen so much, you know? They have the energy of like, yes, the world still can upset me, and yes, I have emotions, but also like, you know, kind of like an understanding of like how they view the world better than most might have, just from the experience of viewing the world.
All right then, we'll trust you. We sure ended up chatting for a while, huh? I'm super tired now. But, you know, feels like we can breathe easier now that we know you better.
Yeah, well, I agree. I definitely agree. I think that's like such a good thing, that connection as well. And yeah, just a cool reveal. Really cool reveal.
I didn't take you for
Oh
the
my god,
cautious
his
sort.
gentle smile. That's what I'm talking about. He's like, he's direct, he's gentle, he's magical, he's so good.
Anyway, I hope you'll help me keep this a
Oh,
secret.
yeah.
I'd prefer others not to know about my past unless strictly necessary. Nor do I want to attract more trouble on account of being a fae.
Sure. Don't worry, I won't say a thing. The fact that, I'm sorry, but the fact that, like, I have, like, a fae friend, you know what I mean? Like, I'll keep that a secret. There's no problem whatsoever. Don't worry, I won't say a thing.
Paimon's lips are sealed too.
Adorable. Adorable.
All right. Thanks again for your help. Good night, you two.
No problem. Him saying goodnight would just, like, knock me out. Okay.
Finally, we can rest. Let's go get some sleep. There's tons to do tomorrow.
No, 100%. 100%. So you're a fae, huh? Yeah. I'm a... Yaksha. You can't pronounce it. That's Romer. Don't blame me. Don't blame me for Romer. Don't blame me, please.
It's getting late. The situation is urgent, but rest is vital. Good night, both of you.
Oh, is this a different room? Did we give him a different room to our room? We did. What the? Oh, okay. That's why he was like, hey, put it on my tab. Is there any books you can read to me? No, not in here. If I find a book, I'm coming back, okay? 2 seconds. You got a book? Is that Flynn's? No, it's not Flynn's. Don't worry about it. Flynn's, we gotta kill someone. Close the door. No, we gotta kill. I'm sorry. Flynn's, they're dead. You didn't have to kill. Yo, they're dead, Flynn's. Come on. We gotta hide the body. Oh, God. A little girl saw.
It's okay. You had to do what you had to do. It's understandable.
She's understanding. Okay, she's understanding. She's like the daughter of like a mob boss or something. She understands.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, she understands. Flynn's, don't worry about her, okay? Don't worry about it. None of you guys heard of murder, right?
I heard a murder.
Pavo.
Okay, I didn't.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. That's right, Pavo. Is there books in here Flynn's can read to us? Such a gentle voice. Yeah, such a great reveal. Such a fantastic reveal. And I think it's like puts our mind a bit more at ease. I think what the Traveler and Paimon were saying, like, yeah, now that we know him better, it's like it's a little bit easier, right? It definitely is easier. And I think that's what's so cool about it. It's not like this thing where it's like how do I say it? It's a thing where like it feels kind of like how do I say it? Like I was worried about what he could be because of the animals, and now it makes sense maybe like why the animals act weird about him as well, right? Because they're kind of like they notice that there's something secret about him. They notice he's a fae. That stuff kind of worried me. The stuff with like the idle animations kind of worried me a little bit. But now that I look at it, I'm kind of like, it's such a cool idea to have like a fae as a character. Especially like with the folklore implications, and like also then explains kind of like I guess how like you know, he's able to like shift and do magical things like this as well. How like the lantern is like, you know, gives him some sort of powers as well. Like it's honestly like his backstory as well. I love the idea of someone who is constantly trying to bring light to the world because he lived in darkness. That's so fantastic. So good. Oh, look at the sweethearts. Oh my god. Oh, interesting shot with Paimon's eyes here.
So much noise. What's going on
It's all
this time?
being harshly woken up, so rough. What's happening?
Hey! Where's Flint? Is he here? Or isn't
What's
he?
it to you guys? What's wrong with you?
We would be most obliged if you would pipe down a little, dear guest. Our other guests are resting.
Resting? We're all about to be done for, and you're talking about rest?
Calm down. You're not going to get anywhere like this at all. I know it's like a frustrating situation and a scary situation, but like, calm.
Flint is a wild hunt shapeshifter, here to deceive
Wait,
us
what?
all. If we don't get rid of him now, there'll be
Wait,
no
so I
end
guess
to
more
this.
people have found out about the idea of the shape-shifting stuff then. This is exactly what we were worried about, by the way. The paranoia.
You'd better give him up. If anything happens, your business here is done for. You
This
want that?
paranoia and
Huh?
like witch hunt that you're doing here, you know, this mob is not gonna like help absolutely anybody.
Or are you in cahoots with him? You with the wild hunt
And this,
too,
I want to
huh?
say as well, I understand, we always try to understand people even if it's frustrating. This is coming from a place of fear. This is what this is. It's a place of fear. They're terrified and they're worried about the stuff that could happen to them due to the wild hunt. Hi guys, Calvin for the future here to say that here I'm very much like being like, hey, they have a right to be angry kind of in a way, but I don't mean it as like they have a right to be angry. I'm saying that it's understandable writing wise that they are frustrated and a bit paranoid. But just because you are paranoid of somebody doesn't mean that that person should have to bear the weight of your paranoia. And I truly believe that, like, I'm going to talk about this later, but I want to talk about this now while we're having this conversation. Like, it's not Flynn's fault that these people are feeling paranoid. And them putting their paranoia onto someone else is not a nice thing to do, and it's not the right thing to do. Yes, it's totally normal in this situation to be scared of, like, shapeshifters or something like that around here as well. It makes perfect sense. But again, your paranoia is not Flynn's burden to bear, and to put that on him is also very unfair. I don't think it's fair at all. Because being paranoid to someone and being frightened that they might do something or they might be bad isn't any excuse to actually try and hurt them or keep them captive. That's my take.
What happened? Did something leak
Definitely
out?
100% they found out about shapeshifting.
But we were so careful last night. How did anyone
Wait,
see us?
who did we talk to? We only talked to Nefer and the mechanic, right? That's the only people we talked to. We did ask other people about the shapeshifting stuff, but I wonder if they told anything, something fishy about this. I doubt it's because of anything we did.
What do
They
you
clearly
mean?
know something. Why else would they be talking about a wild hunt shapeshifter? Wait, it could have been someone that we talked to, that we asked about, like, the shapeshifting stuff. But, like, if Rerir is impersonating people, could it be a possibility that Rerir once again has impersonated someone and told people about the wild hunt shapeshifting? Because, like, it 100% does help Rerir a lot if people think that Flynn's is a shapeshifter, right? But I wonder if you want to take that risk.
This is so confusing. What do we do? These people are no match for Flint's, but they're super heated right now.
Love this track as well.
It's not like all the unusual stuff about him will make it any easier to explain.
Yeah,
either.
let's go buy some time. And again, I understand the frustration and the fear that people have, right? But, like, I think that everyone needs to calm down a little bit, 100%.
Okay.
Hey, let us in now.
Like, that's a terrified voice. That's angry / terrified. I can feel it in the voice.
My apologies.
Don't need to apologize to him.
Hold on. Calm down,
Oh, gonna probably do the
everyone.
leg kick saying to calm down.
What into that is the
Oh, thank
meaning
God.
of this racket? Are you intent on depriving both the Voynich Guild and the Curatorium of Secrets of even a moment's rest?
Wow, so you heard it from there?
Boss, do we really have to entertain people who don't respect the rules? Call a few of your boys and have them
She has
thrown
boys.
And what hole did you crawl
So,
out of?
calm. Okay? Jesus. What hole did you crawl out of? I had a bit of sympathy for you, but okay, if you're gonna insult Nefer, then we're gonna throw you out ourselves.
out? A watering hole, of course. The one you've just disturbed. A place to get a moment's respite from all the recent unhappiness and to escape from all this talk of the
Wow.
wild hunt or strange ghosts and phantoms.
She's like, this is the one place people have, which is kind of has been true, right? It's felt like it's untouched, almost like by all the horrors of the outside.
Who'd have guessed people like you would come bursting in, shrieking
Oh
louder
my
than any
god.
ghoul?
This is a matter of utmost importance. We've got solid evidence. All we need now is to confront Flint's
What's
face
solid
to face.
evidence? What's solid evidence?
Exactly. And you sure don't look like an impartial party either,
Okay,
Nefer.
you need to understand, Nefer, like, is such a beneficial part to this whole, like, the whole of Nasha Town, to the point that, like, everyone goes to Nefer. If you really want to start thinking that Nefer's not impartial, you're literally ruining one entire resource that you have forever.
Oh, don't I now? How about this then, boss? Let them do their search. If they find their man, they can have their little
I think she
chat.
knows that, like, Flynn's probably got out of there earlier, right? For sure.
But if they don't, then they owe everyone here an apology, as well as compensation for all the racket they've
Oh
caused.
my god, compensate. And again, like, I love that Nefer has not only, like probably delayed them so Flynn's could get out of here, but also because, and if that's what's happening, but also she's actually found a way to get the bar more money, and now built even more trust with the pub. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Wait, it's...
Oh, I trust Nefer.
All
I trust
right.
Nefer.
I suppose that's the only way. If we don't let them in now, they'll be back sooner or later. What a mess.
Oh, alright then.
Yeah, I trust Nefer so
I'd
much.
say that sounds like an impartial proposal. What say you? Or are you suddenly unsure of yourself?
Because money's involved now as well, right? Money's involved.
Come on, everyone! Move it!
Oh, buddies, you're gonna have to do some compensation now. This ain't good for you guys. You're gonna have to spend some cash. Oh no. Look at this moving in here now and they're gonna find nothing. They went into our room? The disrespect beyond belief here.
No sign of Flint's.
Yeah, no sign of Flynn's. Crazy, huh? I wonder why that is.
But how can that be? Hasn't he always stayed here?
Oh, but he's not here now. They were totally right that he was here, by the way, but it's funny to say that they're wrong now as well, because technically they're wrong right now. You know?
Done searching, are we? Guess it's time to uphold your end of the bargain, huh?
Except for the cool girl over here. She has a really cool style. One with the red hair. She's let off. She can go. What the? Wait, that's the compensation? Never beats the hell out of them? What? Okay.
So, Paimon, you've been waiting to ask me something, haven't you?
Wait. Okay, I thought they're going to pay some cash. Never's like, okay, the compensation is I literally smack the head off you. The conversation before was not like, hey, you're going to have to pay some money. Okay, if he's not there, concussion. All right, how about that? Oh my god.
Yeah, how did they even find us here?
Right.
My inside man with the Lightkeepers informed me that you paid the crime scene a late-night visit. I surmise that you must have rendezvoused with Flint's and obtained some new information.
Oh my god, she's so good at this, isn't she? So good at this.
Then, early this morning, a group of people gathered at the town gates, news spreading amongst them that the wild hunt could disguise itself by taking on familiar faces.
It could have been, again, my theory was it was Rerir, but like a simpler explanation could just be that we have been going around talking to a lot of people, including one person that has a debt that they're into to Nefer as well. You know, you don't know who it could be that could reveal this information.
Everyone started throwing out the names of possible suspects. No one seemingly was exempt. And amidst it all, Flint's name started gaining more and more traction. I'm sure his solitary lifestyle may have played a part, but I wouldn't discount Rerir throwing fuel
That's what I was
on
thinking.
the fire
That was just
in
thinking.
secret.
And again, the solitary lifestyle is so important as well, by the way, because whenever these situations happen where they need, again, it's an old line from, there's a show called Life on Mars, and it's a fantastic cop show. Now, I will say, like, obviously it's a show that, like, it was based on, British police forces in the 70s, so they're very abrasive, very rude, sometimes very horrible people, right? That's just the way the show is. They are horrible people. And at times they're like incredibly rude. So it's not like they're likable people. I want to make that clear. But one thing they said that is also unlikable that the characters say in that show is that sometimes they would arrest someone just to put their own mind at ease and put everyone's mind at ease. Sometimes all people need is a boogeyman. That's all they need. What's the boogeyman? That's what they said in the show, and it's so true. Sometimes people just need a boogeyman off the streets, and it puts their minds at ease. People will panic until someone's caught. And even if it's not the right person, if it seems like the right person and they're put behind bars or they're punished or whatever, then they can go like, okay, we got the boogeyman, you know? And in this case, Flynn's was the boogeyman, right? Oh, he's so quiet and he's solitary and he never does what he's told all the time. And oh, he's so weird, right? And in that sense, it's like, oh, if we are able to capture him and put him behind bars, not only does that help Rerir, but then for the people in town who like want a boogeyman, the boogeyman's off the streets. The boogeyman's no longer can be under the bed, you know?
So, did Flint make his escape after hearing about this? And
Yoda!
That's where Yehoda, the quick-witted, fleet-footed backbone of the curatorium, got my chance to shine.
You did something?
While everyone was super focused on the argument in the main hall, I alone noticed an opening.
Always good at her job.
I got her to climb up to a window to help Flint's out, only for her to return with nothing but a lantern.
Aw, come on, Paws. I was just getting started.
Yeah, let her tell her little story.
We initially intended to bring Flint's back to the curatorium and wait those people out, but I never expected this to be all that was left.
So she didn't know about the face stuff either, which is, again, like, that's how secret this was.
I imagine, though, that he wouldn't have left something that was so seemingly important to him behind.
Wait, so she doesn't even, so she still doesn't know about the face stuff.
Might he intend to come back and get it later? Maybe. I'm not sure.
Like, again, once again, Yehuda's always good at her job. I want to make this clear. Unintentionally good at her job again. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, you just got the lantern. No, you did more than you know.
Well, he's out of harm's way now, so that's not super important.
Oh my god, trying
right?
to keep the face surprise or secret again still.
Oh?
Oh my god, look, Nefer notices the littlest of details, right? Oh?
What Paimon means to say is...
Oh my
we
god.
got lots of new intel to share.
Okay, that's a good way to cover it up.
All right, then. Yehuda, contact the others. We're going to need all hands on deck.
I think there's so many amazing designs in Krai, by the way. Like, I think so far they've been absolutely amazing. I know. Yehuda's, I know and Yehuda's designs both like adorably and amazingly color coded. Flynn's such a great gothic, but like whimsical gothic design. I love it to pieces, right? There's so many great designs in Nod Krai so far. The marionette, the damselette, which is so incredible as well. But I really feel like, if you're talking about something just like is so striking to me constantly. Yeah, like I think the damselette is my overall favorite design in Nod Krai. Obviously, like she's not like, maybe not like a Nod Krai native, I suppose. But like she is like my favorite design, like one of my favorite designs in the game. Like, but I think that in terms of designs that just like stand out constantly, whenever you look at them, you're just like, man, that's just like so striking. You know what I mean? Nefer. Like so, like it's so like it like pops through the screen all the time, right?
Let's have this discussion over at my place.
Very cool stuff. Very, very, very cool stuff. I am legitimately having such a good time with this, but also I love like the way that like everything just feels very realistic for what it is, Like, and when I say realistic, I don't need, as always, like when I say realistic, I don't mean like, oh yeah, I need a game to be like, constantly just like, non-fantastical. It's realistic in its own way where it's like, it made so much sense that like Rerir would like stir up some trouble there. It made so much sense that the people would be frustrated and angry in this sense, right? So, and I will say as well though, even though like it makes sense that they would be super frustrated, I totally get that it makes sense to be super frustrated. It's so normal for those characters to be like scared, right? I think also at the same time it's important to note that like the reason why Nefer probably slapped them around the place a bit was that like just because you're scared doesn't mean you can implant your fears onto other people, right? Because here's the thing, it's a totally rational fear to have to be like, oh my god, someone's like impersonating and stuff, but that doesn't mean you can just blame Flynn's for all this just because you want to. You know what I mean? You can't just do that. That's unfair. And it happens in real life too, where people like, again, you said the boogeyman, right? The boogeyman. People will implant their fears. It's totally understandable that people are scared, 110%, but that doesn't mean you can put your fears onto other people and make other people's lives worse because of your fears. Blaming Flynn's for something that like he didn't do, and not only that, for something he's not, is not something you should be allowed or should do. Just end of. It's not fair on Flynn's. And again, like I said, it's one of those things where like if they came to us and were like, they're like, oh my god, you're the Traveler, right? I'm so terrified of all the stuff that's happening right now. And someone said the Flynn's might be an abyssal shapeshifter. I'm so worried, you know what I mean? If they came to us like that, like I think the conversation could have been like, well look, like can we talk about this, and like let's figure out the situation here and talk to Nefer as well, and we'll talk to we can even talk to the bar owner and see, and someone you respect as well. If you want us to get anyone else, have a conversation. And then after that conversation, if they're like, look, I'm still terrified, but like thanks for my mind at ease, that's great. That's grand. It's okay to be scared. Someone told you some bad information, but as soon as you heard the truth, you were like, okay, that's grand. But they were using their fears and channeling their fears into anger, which then was turning into a detriment to Flynn's life and his lifestyle and his freedom. which is not good. It's not fair on Flynn's. It's not fair on the people around him. It's not fair that they were talking to Nefer like that. It's not fair they were talking to us like that. I understand their fears, but it's not fair. It's not fair to implant those in other people. It's just not. Man, this place is so freaking cool, isn't it? It really is so cool. Such a great place. And we haven't... I thought we'd go there during the second part, but no. Like, maybe we will. Because right now, like, it looks like I haven't unlocked this thing yet, and I really want to unlock this just to take a look at the map. But yeah, let's check it out. Let's go into the curatorium. Yehoda. Adorable. Amazing.
I see. So Flint's has a fragment taken from within a wild hunt anomaly.
There we go. Obviously, we didn't want to say this out loud. Oh my god, look at the crew's here.
Is he gonna be okay now that he's on his own again? Earlier, he said that the fragment had gone still, so it's probably of no use to Rerir now.
Because Rerir, like, we actually saw him, like, run away, which, like, again, you know, someone who's so obsessed with the idea of, like, the moon and all these fragments and their mission, you know, it makes sense what Paimon is saying, because, like, you think they would have fought tooth and nail for it?
In that case, Rerir shouldn't have any reason to keep pursuing him, right? So, was all that ruckus back at the flagship just an act of spite? Or what?
Yeah, that's the mystery of what's happened. Yeah, all the stuff with Sozi and stuff as well, but...
If I were him, I would have simply turned my attention to collecting other fragments.
That would be easier, that weren't, you know, protected by the Traveler.
A reasonable course of action. Remember what we heard back at the tavern? The actual number of wild hunt anomalies destroyed has been greater than Lightkeeper records would indicate.
Right, and that's the same thing with all... Yeah, that's what we heard about what Sozi was saying as well, that people aren't reporting... that Flynn's was, like, sometimes, like, not even reporting back at some cases with some things, right?
Some of these must have been Rerir's doing. He must have been seeking more fragments.
Yeah, that explains it. Very interesting. I love what they did that. They started off with, like, a question of, like, why are more things getting destroyed than we thought were getting destroyed? And it ends up like, oh yeah, that the reason is because of the he's looking for fragments, you know? This question was started at the start of this chapter, and then, or this act, and now here it is being answered.
This much is pretty easy to understand, but why would he pretend to be Sozi and put so much effort into getting the cannon up and running again?
I wonder.
Maybe because that'd be more efficient than having to clear anomalies himself.
Flynn's mentioned that if the cannon were fired at the wild hunt, the fragments would be blasted into oblivion. So yeah, like, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm confident that the ammo we're packing has the oomph to do that. But I am a mechanic after all. For me, test data and their conclusions speak loudest.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Oh, why don't we find a few of those fragments ourselves and use Kuvaki to carry out a little experiment?
Oh my god. I mean, like, you know, to understand what they're pursuing would be the best option, right? So it's not a bad idea to understand what Rerir is going after.
Our lab could certainly accommodate such a test.
Oh my god, but I'm worried that, like, if he's after these fragments, what if he comes after the workshop?
In other words, we gotta destroy a couple of anomalies and collect fragments from them.
Sure.
Right?
I'm worried about the workshop. You know what I mean? If he finds that there's fragments at the workshop.
Lightkeeper operations have just about ceased following the Sergeant Major's passing.
Whoa.
Meanwhile, the wild hunt continues to grow in scale by the day. I fear only we can keep the situation
We have to do some
under
vigilante
control
stuff now. Well, I guess not vigilantes. This is just protecting, you know, Nod Krai. But that's so interesting after the death of, like, someone in their ranks, like, because of maybe the investigations going on and the lack of trust in Flynn. Not lack of trust in Flynn's, but, like, the having to investigate Flynn's. I wonder if they're like, hey, everyone just cut off everything for now. We don't want anything else happening. We need to account for everybody.
Then we best act fast. Paimon's got a bad feeling about this.
I do too. But I do too. Like, I loved it. Like I said, like, I love Aino's enthusiasm, and I think what Aino said is so true about, like, the experiments and finding out the results and, like, actually getting a good grasp on what they want. You know, I think that's always been important. Even in Fontaine, when we knew that they were, you know, when there was, like, these underground businesses and all the stuff with it was still one of those situations where, like, even though we would never use it, you know, that you know, water, that primordial seawater, even though we would never use it, it's still a situation where it's like, it's good to like understand what they were going after. In that moment when we were like, I think it was in Act 2, when we went up to the facility and we found all the water, and like that's what it is. It's like understanding, oh, this is what they want, this is what they're after. And a better understanding of what someone's after is a better understanding of like people's feelings and why they're pursuing it and stuff like this as well.
A feeling we all share, I'm afraid.
110%. It's a really bad feeling. The fragments, the cannon, Confronting Rerir, and the abyss. There must be some thread linking all these factors together. Besides, is getting revenge on Flynn's truly Rerir's sole aim? We're missing some decisive connection here, but we're running out of time.
There are 3 wild hunt sites that must be dealt with urgently. But I believe we have the capacity to handle it.
Awesome. Since that's the case, I'd like to investigate something on the Lightkeeper's end one more time.
Works for me. And Nefer and I will take our workshop assistants to deal with one of the sites.
Very cool. Oh my god, you get the army out.
The curatorium will handle another.
Wow. Can you imagine Nefer going after Site 2 with Yehuda?
And we Frostmoon Scions shall deal with the remaining one.
So we're not going after a site itself then. We're going after, we're getting some more information. Oh my god. Oh, but the worry. It's weird to see Nefer have like any worry in her face, right?
Paimon didn't think she'd ever get to see everyone here carrying out a
No,
plan
it's so
together
cool.
like this.
It like while it's terrifying what this is probably going to like end up in, like it's still so fun to see the crew like this, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Never mind you. This is a first for me, too.
Yeah?
Let's head out then. We'll meet back up at my lab with the fragments.
This is important. If you run into Rerir, do not engage him. He's grown much stronger since our last encounter.
Understood.
Yeah.
Time is of the essence now. Our foe could make his next move at any moment, so we must stay in contact with one another.
Right.
Gotcha. Stay safe, everyone.
Yeah, and it's very important that Ether said that at the end, by the way, like, do not engage. This guy is, like, ultra powerful, terrifying, you know?
Huh.
Yoda?
Anyone seen the lantern? Has Flynn dropped by already?
He's already gone? Honestly, great way to do that, by the way.
What you said earlier, you know where we're going next, right?
No way. We're going to the cemetery? Oh my god. I don't want to get my hopes up because, again, Genshin, like, probably could have, like, a cemetery just be, like, you know, something completely different. But, like, I love the vibes of, like, in games having, like, a cemetery. Not really someplace that, like, I know I have myself be in often when I'm, like, you know, in my own life. But you know what I mean? Like, the vibes in a TV show or a movie of a cemetery always, like, you know... Like, I always think of, like, the Hocus Pocus cemetery whenever I think of, like, cemeteries. Or, like, even, like, you know, I think a lot of people probably think of Night Before Christmas as well when they think of cemeteries and haunted stuff as well. But yeah, it's always, like, super, super, super spooky, but always has, like, a very, like, good horror vibe, you know? Whereabouts is it? We are heading over here. Okay, so... Let's get this, then. Yeah, I'm actually very glad. Oh, we get 2 by bonus. I'm actually very glad. I'm very, 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 very glad that we're heading in this direction to get to go into this area. We went here for the I Know event recently as well. Yeah, like, I love that they're taking the Rerir thing seriously. I love that we're going to meet Flynn's, by the way. Whilst, like, I think, you know, we have no problem getting into combat situations, and we have, like, a million times in the past. See, this is a world quest over here, so I'm worried that, like, you can't activate this until you defeat these guys. I don't know why they decided that. It's a very, to me, like, it's a very strange idea. Because they're going to activate as soon as they come up here, I think. Oh, no, they didn't. Okay. Great. Yeah, they activated a world quest near the statue, which again, like, I don't know, to me, it's like, you guys know, like, I always try to be fair with any type of, like, mini critique I have. And I know it's not a big deal. It's not, like, literally not that big of a deal, but it's like, man, don't put a world quest, like, right beside, like, this thing that, you know, is very important to the whole thing. Because then it becomes, like, to start at least, it's no, if you want the statue, it's no longer a side quest, you know? What's this trophy? Oh, okay. Oh my god, yeah, look at this. Oh, the nighttime ceremony has its own place over here, and it also has one of these, which we're going to be doing these as well, by the way. I believe there's 3 on the map right now. Yeah, we're going to be doing those. We're going to be doing those. We're going to be doing world quests. We're not done with Nod Krai by a shout. I think they won't be releasing 2 acts at a time next time, so I think we'll have way more time to be doing all the different world quests and stuff like that as well. Look at, by the way, the Kavaki Experimental Design Bureau. There's so many, like waypoints we didn't even activate here. Like, that's actually insane when you think about it. Okay, so we can actually start from here and go right there. Actually, perfect. Wait, what? Oh, no, because we're in the... Yeah, of course. Yeah, look at this is such a good example of the Fatui's like interference in like natural stuff here. Like, look at this. It looks like she's legitimately trapped. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like. It looks like she's legitimately trapped. But yeah, like, we have no problem doing combat stuff. Our characters have no problem doing combat stuff. But I think what's so interesting is, like, having like, everyone else, like, go do the combat while our characters are kind of like, oh, we'll go get some information. It's kind of like a different twist, right? Even though we will probably 100% be getting into combat, let's be honest. 100%. Oh my god. Did I get this? I did. I think I did. Probably in the event. Yeah. Man, look at even, like, the way that the bureau, like, hangs over the mountain as well. They did such a good job of, like, giving this place such, like, a gigantic scale and presence. But also, like, it makes it, like, when they say interference, like, the way Fatui are interfering with Nod Krai, like, it's literally interfering with the landscapes, right? It's literally being, like, built upon the landscapes or into the landscapes to the point that, like, it's no longer a mountain range. It feels like a big facility, even on the mountains. And we saw that with the statue as well. It looks like she's being trapped. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very worried about this Rerir stuff because, again, I'm worried that if they take the moon fragments to where the workshop is. I'm worried if they take the fragments, to the workshop, it could be a bad situation. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Again, it could be completely different than what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking of, like, pure, like, cemetery. Where is this, by the way? Oh, is that gonna be the next area as well? Do they do that often where they have, like, a location, like, already built, but you can't see it just yet? Because it's obviously gonna be coming with updates and stuff like that. That's very cool. Try to avoid whatever quest is here. I don't think focus mode avoids quests. The music. It is just. Oh, there is cemetery. There is gravestones here. Oh my! I should be excited. Oh my god! People died. That's not what I'm saying. I think just like the energy of these places are always like really, really like interesting in media. You know what I mean? I think in real life they could be like, you know, very solemn places, and I think people take them in different ways. It's not places I really frequent that often, I'd say. In fact, I don't often at all. Like keepers do solemnly swear in this place. Thus did I. Deathly silence. Wow. So there's probably gonna be like engravings and all this stuff as well. Are you... different spirits as well. The music's so pretty. Here lies Lightkeeper Eitsu. It's a bunch of... oh my god, the music's so gorgeous, isn't it? It's so gorgeous. Oh. Flynn's? Not what I was expecting entirely. I thought there was going to be rows and rows, but...
oh, no one's guarding this place, just like he said. But, oh, where do we find the information he mentioned?
But it still has, like, a very, like, interesting vibe with, like, the spirits around the place, like the gravestones, while also keeping, like, the Natlan, like, foliage and, like feeling intact, I suppose. Well, there's Flynn's.
This way.
Oh. Oh my god. The Batman of...
let's move.
Not
We're running
right.
out of time.
Can I introduce you to a guy named DeLuke? You'd love him. I actually think DeLuke would be like, he's way too quiet. And Flynn's would be like, he's too quiet for me.
Okay, let's split up and make this happen.
Paimon already getting down to business?
Or not. How are we supposed to read through this many files?
Wow, there's a lot. There's a lot. Yeah, this might be...
difficult, yes. But it is also our most efficient option.
That's all we got.
To expose the true intentions of this Rerir, we need to dive into Nod Krai's history.
Okay.
Hope we don't land on our heads then.
That's a great line by Paimon. I was, for a second, like, it took me a split second to be like, what? And I was like, oh, like she means diving in. No way. What's the matter?
That file suddenly moved by itself.
So that's not Flynn's? Maybe it's like trying to direct us towards something.
This is a graveyard, right, Flynn's? Do these things just kind of happen?
Oh my god.
Many strange things happen here, but this is not one of them.
Of course, Pi will be like, this is scary. Like, you're in a graveyard and things move by themselves. Of course, you'd be scared. So this is not a common occurrence then. So this must be someone directing us towards something.
But that file really did move by itself.
It did. You're right. You're right. You're not seeing things.
Hey, come out! Don't scare Pi.
with the two fists up as well. I think it's very like, that's one thing I love about Paimon always, is that like, she might be scared of stuff, but if she needs to like, you know, face something head on, she'd rather see what she's dealing with, you know? I don't sense anything. Yeah, there was some force driving us towards that book.
Wild Hunt Phenomenologue?
Oh. Oh my god, Paimon is going through. Mr. Ghost, please, I understand you're helping us because it can be a little more gentle with a similar title too.
Are we being given hints? I feel no hostility. On the contrary, it seems we're being aided somehow.
Yeah, I think it's a really cool moment. Like the idea of like this, whatever the spirit or ghost or whatever is helping us with this stuff, especially since we are in a graveyard.
Really? Hey, seriously, another one? Okay then. Paimon will read this one.
This is why I love Paimon, right? Again, she's scared, but like once she realizes, okay, this isn't anything bad. And it's the same thing with people. Once she realizes a person isn't that bad and a person is like actually like, you know, pretty kind to her or whatever, like she calms down. Like she's always been that way. I love that like she's like, okay, no, I'll read it then. That's fine, you know? Got some reassurance. Oh my god, this is so fun. Look at them all reading the different books and doing all the research. Great way to show the passage of time as well. Really great way to show this. And it's good to showcase as well that like sometimes things like are not just like action and violence all the time.
Finally finished. Oh, Paimon sure could use a long break from long words now. Hope she can remember it all.
Honestly. But yeah, I think, as I said last time as well, Genshin is like violence. It is violence. Whether we like it or not, it is like there's violence around every single corner. There's death, there's suffering around every corner. It's people who don't play the game don't realize how much like how many world-changing events happen like, you know, in this game. But I think also it's good as well that they also feature stuff like this, you know, like, hey, let's read this book, let's do some research, let's go talk to this person. I think it's always good that we have this.
The material I've read through has all been about past Wild Hunt incidents of enormous scale. What about you?
Pretty much the same here.
Paimon as well. Guess that makes 3 of us.
So I wonder if we can relate it to what's happening now?
Whatever this is, it seems to want us to notice something. Let's bring our files together and give them another look through.
All right. Paimon will go fetch hers.
Thanks, Paimon.
All these incidents look pretty different.
Wait. I've noticed something. Before the occurrence of these huge Wild Hunt events, a smaller scale one would erupt in the exact same location.
Oh?
And look. All these smaller scale Wild Hunt site reports share a common outcome.
They'd be detected, but would go inactive before any forces could be sent to deal with them. They could then be sealed directly using a tide seal stone. Huh? But why?
Wait, so if the smaller ones then become bigger ones, and we're saying the Rerir could have been the one, like, getting rid of these sites, or, like, hiding these sites, is it possible then that, like, he's just setting up for much bigger catastrophes about to happen?
Some of these records are too old. I doubt he had regained the ability to act freely yet.
Okay.
Or we would have met long ago.
What is he doing then now?
There's another similarity. Kuvaki in nearby soil completely drained. Could this be important somehow?
Kuvaki and the Wild Hunt are mutually opposed forces. We Lightkeepers previously believed that these small Wild Hunt sites would temporarily go inactive due to being neutralized by the Kuvaki present in the soil. But now that we've synthesized all this data, there is a key issue this hypothesis cannot explain.
If the Wild Hunt's power has already been neutralized, why wouldn't a large-scale Wild Hunt occur soon after?
Indeed. Despite the name, I would not call a Tide Seal Stone sealing powers watertight exactly. But for it to fail and the situation to deteriorate in such short order.
So, what they're saying is that there was so far there's small scale sites that would all turn into bigger ones eventually. So they would go away, then come back and be something bigger. These sites could be sealed using a tide seal stone. they said as well that like another commonality is the idea of Kuvaki in the nearby soil was completely drained. Kuvaki and the Wild Hunt are opposed forces. But one of the things that's hard to explain is now, if the Wild Hunt's power has already been neutralized, I would not call Titus' own sealing powers watertight, so it's not watertight. Okay.
Paimon feels like she's almost got it.
The Wild Hunt was not supposed to be suppressed by Kuvaki. Instead, it became stronger. So the Kuvaki made it stronger? And Rerir wants to use Aino's cannon, the ammo, which is... Wait, did he just, like, make the Wild Hunt more powerful with the cannon? Could it be he could use... Oh, my God. So he's been actually, like, embracing the Kuvaki. Rerir himself can use the Kuvaki.
Yes, that might be it. It could be that when Kuvaki and abyssal energies meet, the stronger side will suppress the weaker one.
So, wait.
And while Kuvaki can indeed destroy small-scale Wild Hunt anomalies,
right.
Should Rerir be strong enough, the Kuvaki might be his for the taking instead.
Wait, so... Did he absorb the Kuvaki from the cannon then?
Paimon kinda gets where we're going with this.
The Abyss always seeks to corrupt. This is just like the abyssal threat in the ancient dragons faced. Interesting bringing that up.
What are you referring to?
Oh, we had a real close encounter with the Abyss in Netland. It's a force that tries to taint everything.
Yes.
It's hard to explain in detail, but basically, your reasoning makes sense.
So Rerir always grew stronger on account of the cannon being fired. So that's what I'm thinking. He grew stronger after the cannon being fired. But they're also saying that, like, if his abyssal energy is stronger than the Kuvaki, then he can suppress the Kuvaki? And is that's kind of similar to how, like, with the dragons, like, the abyssal energy was more powerful than their power, and it infected them. So Rerir also grew stronger on account of the cannon being fired?
Was there a gap between him pretending to be Sergeant Major Sosi and the cannon being fired?
Yes.
There was. Aino needed to make some adjustments after we finished those repairs. Rerir, disguised as Sosi, left at
Yes,
that
there
point.
was a whole thing. There was a whole thing.
Leaving him more than enough time to shapeshift into you, return to the Lightkeeper's office and set up the crime scene, before heading over to the cannon's target area and absorbing the Kuvaki.
That's insane. That's insane. He went to literally the cannon site and absorbed the Kuvaki.
It all makes sense. And all that just for the fragment I had with me.
I think one of the big things about Rerir that we're learning is that there is an obsession about Rerir. Like, he's going to go to the ends of the earth and claw at anything to get what he wants.
It begs the question. What makes it so special that he needs it so badly?
That's still a mystery. A knock? A knock on this ancient tomb?
That's odd. We shouldn't have any guests. I'll go take a look.
Do you want us to go take a look? You're a suspect in a crime, right? Wouldn't it be better if we took a look? Oh.
Ah, it's an ibis.
I think that's an adorable looking creature.
It's carrying a letter! Ooh, Llama must have sent it. She can speak to little animals.
Very true.
Let's see here.
Situation urgent. The cannon began operating shortly after we left Nashatown.
Wait, what?
And is preparing to fire.
Again?
It is locked on to Star Sand Shore.
What?
Please return to Nashatown and assist with
So
all haste.
Did Rerir
Llama.
disguise themselves as someone again? You know what they probably did as well? They probably used that panic that happened in town about Flynn's to make sure that no one would, like, notice as well.
That's gotta be Rerir's doing.
Yes.
But why is he using the cannon again? Didn't he already fire it once
Is he just
before?
gonna absorb it again?
No time for speculation. He's already made his preparations. If you recall, his body was incomplete when we last met.
Wait, is he trying to complete his body?
If this bombardment continues to increase his strength,
Oh no.
he might regain his complete form.
Why did a complete sinner just send chills down my back? A complete sinner.
What should we do? There's no way we're getting back to Nashatown in time.
We'll just have to trust them.
Let's go to the cannon's target site. That's where we should
Stop.
find Rerir. and that's where we'll stop him.
We're gonna find Rerir?
One moment. Just let me get this news to Llama. Nasha Town is in their hands
100%, 100%. Oh my god. He's trying to make himself like in his complete form. And if he is complete again, by the way, there's no restrictions anymore. You know what I mean? Like, there's no more hiding from the shadows. There's no more falling into the moon pool, the moon's reflection. Like, he's going to be able to do so much more. Like, look at the power he has right now when he's restricted. Like, I go back to this, he literally almost killed Flynn's. Are we going straight there?
You're here.
No way.
As expected.
No way, what?
Humans.
With the hands.
You never change.
Oh my god.
Always trying to use powers you neither comprehend
nor control.
No.
Are you just upset that you betrayed people? That you were one of the people that betrayed people all the way back then?
But it is also thanks to you that I found a way to return.
My god. Look at the design. Like the empty, it's not even an empty rib cage. It's like this shining pink. Like it feels like an empty void, but it's also like there's something there. He has like only one arm, by the way. But the face is so cool as well, isn't it? The bandage, like kind of like mummified with like one poking eye of light. This is such a cool design. Rocher.
You've messed with the cannon again, huh? Sorry, but this round's not gonna
Oh my god, Paimon. I love Paimon. We're facing down one of the sinners, and she's like, nah. You know, I love her.
Such faith in your companions.
Love the way they're doing the voice acting as well, by the way. Like, it sounds like a doubled over voice. It sounds like a voice that's almost trying to keep up with itself. It's like not fully on the ground. It's like flying through the air, floating through the air, you know, trying to like get every word out in a way.
But will the inhabitants of Nasha Town understand why they wish to stop the cannon?
Oh my god.
I think not.
Rerir's so smart with this stuff. Rashir's so smart with this stuff because you've told people all this time that the cannon is like essential for our defense. So if like Llama goes back and goes, we have to stop the cannon. This Frost Moon sign coming in, we have to stop the cannon. Everyone's gonna be like, what are you talking about? Like, oh, and then they know about like all this stuff with like the shapeshifters. Are you a shapeshifter, Llama? They're gonna have all these worries as well. Paimon's face so determined right now. So determined.
When all they see is the wild hunt surging up everywhere they look.
Oh, the hand.
The must seem like their only lifeline.
The reason why I said it felt like a void, by the way, inside of his body is that like his hand moves, but like the void inside stays the same. So it's almost like there's a backdrop within his body. Look at this. And it's a cool artistic effect, by the way. Like, you know, there's other animations that do this as well. And like whenever they do it, it always looks really cool to me. But like here, it just feels like it is like there's some sort of like eternal world inside of him that's not moving, but he is. But he's so right about this, by the way. That's why like I feel like he's actually like kind of like smart at what he's doing. Like the people have you've told people for years that this is the only thing that's keeping them safe. Was a person shows up and tells them to shut it off?
This is the truth I have revealed to them.
So that's why you rile them up. You were baiting them to fire the cannon. Yep, there it is. There it is.
They did this all of their own volition.
So do you think Rashir is one of the people who like originally like was like riling them up to build the cannon in the first place? Maybe I'm going too far with that, but
the zealous worship of power leads only to annihilation of equally zealous proportions. True power does not heed the commands of the
That's
weak.
a sinner. That sounds like a sinner to me. But yeah, what a cool design for the back as well. But like what he's saying, like I think he's saying here, it's like the idea of like anyone who like seeks to have like, you know, or worships power in kind of like a zealous way, which is like I guess like unconditional way, to the point that they would like do anything for this power. And I love you say it leads to it's like that type of worship leads to like the same destruction that you're putting into it. Like the same amount of worship leads to the same amount of destruction. But he's saying true powers don't heed the commands of the weak. Which we know, like, again, if you're already using the word, like, weak and, like, the commands of the weak, you know that, like, you're already a bad person, first of all, okay? Like, that, like whenever you refer to someone as, like, oh, the weak, you know, it's, like, in this context, right?
You were waiting for us to leave Nasha Town then.
Oh, my God, Paimon's on Flynn's folding arms, she's folding her arms.
Of course. I imagine the one you call Aino would have managed to stop the cannon otherwise. rise. Shame, then, that you proved one step too slow.
He literally got Aino out of Nashitown with the 3 sites. Holy hell, he's thought of everything.
In their folly,
look at this design.
People will bar the path of all who seek to stop the cannon.
Yeah.
And your kind-hearted, weak
They're not
companions have not the stomach to deal with them. The cannon will not be stopped.
Wait, so if the cannon fires, is he just like, he's gonna probably get his body back. He's gonna probably be a full sinner. He's set this up so perfectly that he set up a paranoia and a fear amongst all the people in Nashitown to the point that he's gonna get his body back. He's gonna be a full sinner, a fully realized sinner. And he relied on the fact that people's zealous, as he said himself, zealous belief in things and worship in things. And even now, like, you could say, like, you know, he relied on the fact that people, like, you know, people's fears, people's terror, the idea that people, like, rely on this canon so much. He knew that, like, he almost, like, was, like, trying to get one step ahead of this. Now, I don't know if this is what's going to happen. Like, hopefully Llama could do something. You know what I mean? But he did his very best to get every single person that would be, like, reliable in Nashitown out of Nashitown. Every single person. Nefer wasn't even gone from Nashitown. Yehuda was gone from Nashitown. Llama was gone from Nashitown. Aino, Nefer. Every one of them has left Nashitown. Is it wrong that I'm, like, equal parts, like, terrified, but, like, there's, like, and here's the thing, like, I want to say this right now. I have a curiosity about what he's going to look like and what he's going to be like when he's a full sinner, right? But, like, I don't want that. You know what I mean? Like, it's the equal parts, like, oh, what would that look like, you know? It's one of those times where, like, I'm like, you know, I wish I didn't care about the characters in this game because, and this world. And, like, I wish I didn't, like, have an idea of, like, what the sinners were like, because then at least I would be able to, like, look at this in just the curiosity factor of, like, what is it going to be like? Because I know that this is going to be something that nobody wants to happen. Nobody wants to happen here in Krai or in Tevat. So the overpowering fear is taking over the curiosity for sure.
Well, sir, you look most pleased with yourself.
Flynn's.
In that case, before you put us out of our misery, I would like to ask you a question, if I may.
Okay.
See this fragment? It once haunted your dreams, but now it seems useless to you. What is it exactly?
Yeah, what is it?
That
what?
Is my corpse.
What?
Is it... Sorry, what?
Wait, are the fragments his...
My body was once torn into countless pieces.
Wait.
And hurled into the swirling chaos of time.
Oh my god.
But even so, my life and will were not extinguished.
Do you think that's his arm? That's why his arm is missing, because he doesn't have that fragment?
Every last fragment calls to me. Sooner or later, they shall welcome my return.
That is absolutely, like, the fragments of his corpse are scattered around and they call to him.
What are you even saying?
Paimon, this is terrifying. Like, I am like, again, by the way, the design is so cool. It's so freaking cool. Like, the gray, like, okay, and again, it doesn't feel like gray as, like, a style. It feels almost gray, like, it's interesting because it looks like, it has the feeling of, like dead hair, right? But it has the flowiness of, like, being very alive as well. I don't know how to describe it.
Huh. So the terror of the wild hunt was in fact caused by scattered pieces of your corpse.
What the hell?
I guess they don't call you one of the 5 sinners for nothing.
The wild hunt is legitimately scattered pieces of his corpse. This is insane.
Serendipity guided the fragments to construct an incomplete version of myself, upon which I began collecting more within wild hunt sites across the land.
And that's what, yeah, we were talking about it there. That's what explains the unrecorded data when it comes to the wild hunt sites.
But each time, the fragments I obtained were hardly worth mentioning.
Even here at a distance, and we know how tall he is, he looks like a mountain of a creature compared to us.
While that which you hold in your hand was my heart.
Oh my god, I was like, oh, is it his arm? No, it's his freaking heart. It's his, like, literally his life force. Oh my, no way what this game just did. Like, I know, like, it's like probably maybe unintentional, but like holding his hand under his fist, it's my heart with the moon right above him.
So that's why it responded so strongly to you.
This is insane.
Only by retrieving this most critical piece could I gain mastery over the turbulent Kuvaki energies and be fully reborn.
So if he gets this piece, it's over.
Hence, you fired that first shot, hoping to regain enough power to seize the fragment from me.
It was literally like, you know, when you're like, oh my god, I was about to use such a bad analogy because it's not the same situation, but it's like almost like, you know, like you give yourself like a jolt of energy just to get through one fight, you know?
Are you completely crazy? Weren't you afraid of dying?
Dying?
Oh my god, the laugh.
Has no hope of killing me. It may destroy my form over and over, yet always I rebuild it. It may smash my flesh and crush my bones thousands of times and more, but that is of no consequence to me.
Again, they're doing such a good showcase of why we should fear the sinners. This is not normal or natural, you know what I mean? It strikes fear into your heart almost instantly. You know, first of all, this laugh, the voice acting is great.
Dying?
We always talk about laughs in Genshin that like sound like, you know, involuntary. It sounds like the voice is trying to like escape, you know what I mean? It's like they didn't even mean to laugh, you know? It's like not like they're trying to be funny. It's like literally just makes them laugh. I know everyone's gonna be laughs are involuntary, Calvin. You know what I mean? Like, kind of like, it's not like he's like doing an evil laugh for the sake of it or laughing at us because he's like, oh, you're a joke. It genuinely is like this source of amusement that his body is like not even able to contain himself. Like, listen to the way he's talking. It could smash and crush my bones, but this is no consequence to me.
What truly infuriates me, however, is how you've destroyed my heart.
Oh, they...
All that suffering, everything I endured, and all for nothing.
That was when we absorbed the abyss. By the way, the music here as well. Like, I like, it's kind of a low beat over this scene, and I think it's doing such a good idea to have that low beat, because it's not something that's like super like crazy or anything like that. It's like very subdued, but like it makes you very nervous. Like, it's giving me anxiety over this stuff. Do you want to go for another round then? It's going to turn out the same, you know.
I've adapted to the strength and flow of this Kuvaki. The next cannon shot will multiply my
Please stop
strength
it.
immeasurably.
Llama, I beg you.
It will not be a full restoration, no. But it will be more than enough to destroy any in this world who stand in my way.
You were surprised already that we were up to absorb the abyss. Do not underestimate. Again, I'm still terrified, and I know for a fact that like we're gonna need help to fight this guy if we are gonna fight this guy at full power. And we have been destroyed before. Let's not beat around the bush. There's literally scenes in this game where like the Raiden Shogun destroyed us. Like absolutely destroyed us. And we needed Yaimiko's help at the end to win that battle in the end, right? Let's not joke around here. There are battles that we're not ultra powerful against all the time, right? But that doesn't mean that we wouldn't try. You know what I mean?
Still, I suspect the Kuvaki will have rendered you down to nutrients for my consumption well before you have the time to kneel before me.
No one's gonna kneel before you. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Traveler.
Oh no.
Behind you. Look at that light.
Oh, it's activating. They didn't stop them. A short while earlier. Wait, we're going back to the other characters. I'm so nervous. My heart is pounding. Oh Lord.
Dang it! Who fired up the cannon without my say-so?
Oh no.
Its defensive barrier has also been activated, likely in anticipation of interference by malicious actors.
It's crazy how he set this up so perfectly to the point that like it seems like everyone in this town believes they're stopping the abyss with this.
The air is thick with fear and anxiety.
Yeah.
It's spooking the birds and beasts. What exactly is going on?
You're here. Looks like this was all part of Rerir's plan. Not only did he plant seeds of suspicion in people's hearts, Seems he's now igniting them.
He actually, like, again, only, like, he's so sinister. He's so sinister.
Yehuda's gone in to scout out the situation.
Okay, Yehuda out of there. I know, like, that's good, bad, probably bad is gonna happen there, but I don't want you guys anywhere near this situation right now.
I'm back! Oh, it's
This music.
bad out there. Rumors flying everywhere you turn. Something about the Wild Hunt preparing to spawn a wave of monsters.
There's fire everywhere.
The likes of which we've never seen before.
Did someone start a fire? Look at all this stuff. Nasha Town's actually on fire. What the hell did he do? Is this just from people being terrified and people's paranoia? Like, also, by the way, the music is like very like fluttery as well. I actually really like it. It's almost like, again, another Halloween vibe as well.
But that's not even the worst of it. Lots of folks don't even believe the cannon can prevent this crisis.
What?
So they're getting ready to make a run for it. Others are trying to make a quick buck out
Oh,
of
is there
this whole
looting?
mess.
A lot of looting happening?
How could they still be thinking about Mora when such a catastrophe is imminent?
A lot of humans feel this way.
Unprecedented danger brings unprecedented opportunities in its wake. A chaotic situation can bury much wrongdoing.
We know that there's people who work on black markets here. It's not surprising to me that like there's some people who would you know, when there's literally a world-ending situation happening, right? When there's a crisis happening like this, to rob stuff from like people's homes. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't surprise me with the way that there are already people here that like we know people have robbed from I know before. You know what I mean? It doesn't surprise me that people would do this again. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't surprise me.
Even those who flee without reserve put themselves at the mercy of the divine. Is it any wonder, then, that some will aim to profit?
Yeah. And it's not out of frustration. It's not like, oh god, let's wreck this place because Nasha Town has, like, treated us badly. You know what I mean? Nasha Town has been, like, a land of, like, opportunity for a lot of these people. I know it's such a weird way to put it. Like, it's because they're trying to make a profit. That's it. That's the only reason they're doing it.
After all, a gamble that might rewrite one's entire life is hard to come by.
Oh my god.
Even so.
They're taking their own opportunities here.
Well, seeing as you disapprove of their actions so strongly, Lady Moonchanter, I suggest that you be the one to handle them. Not like that's the only major problem on our plate right now.
I think she should. I agree, Llama, because here's the thing, right? It's not like a situation where it's like, I can't admire them in this situation, right? It's not like a situation where they're like, oh man, like how, it's not, like I said, it's not out of frustration. It's not out of anger. It's not out of like anything that they're trying to like protest or anything like that. That's not what they're doing. What they're doing right now is literally trying to take stuff from other people to sell it for profit. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen Nasha Town. Nasha Town is built on the principle that like everyone is making their own way in their lives. You know what I mean? And if you take that from other people, then their way of life is going to be like, you know, restricted as well. You're ruining someone else's life to make your life better in that sense. Like, I don't respect though they're going after an opportunity. This is them trying to make a profit off of like people's like large misery.
Affirmative. We must quell the chaos in Nasha Town as soon as possible. Also, the unexpected activation of the cannon entails a high risk of incorrect operation. This must be stopped in a timely manner.
Yeah, and but I don't think Nefer was saying like, oh, this is like totally like them stealing stuff for profit is not like totally good. I know she wasn't saying that. I think she was just trying to like say like, hey, Llama, we should do something, you know?
Well, about that, people have been talking about how someone might come to stop the cannon. They've decided they won't let anyone in. That's what
Rerir was counting on.
What? I made that thing. They can't just take it from me.
Oh, I know.
Let me over there. What are they gonna do? Stop me?
Oh my god, I know it's gonna choose violence again.
They might. If Rerir has already formulated some countermeasure.
This is crazy, man. He set up this thing so perfectly.
For example, he might have spread a rumor that the Wild Hunt would take your form.
Yeah. No, don't do that. No, you can't do that. Not little Ido.
Possibility high. If they view the cannon as Nasha Town's only hope, they are likely to conclude that anyone who tries to stop it must be with the Wild Hunt. We will face strong resistance, but they're just ordinary people. Brute force must be avoided, if possible.
Right, and that's the problem. I totally agree with this as well in a lot of cases too, where it's like these people are terrified, these people were lied to, these people now have been injected with a massive amount of paranoia, I totally agree with Nefer that if people aren't, like, obviously if we go into here and there's like someone beating someone else up, like, you know, like beating like some like dude up or whatever, we're gonna be like, hey, come on, stop. But like, I do agree with Nefer. It's like, we don't want to like just like go in and start bonking heads completely, you know what I mean? Because that's only gonna add to the idea that we are the Wild Hunt as well.
There's no time. Let's go into the town. I'll find some way to calm the townspeople. You find a way to stop the cannon.
Right, this is such a tense situation. My heart is pounding. Oh, the message from Flynn's, right?
And you have a letter? The traveler won't make it back in time.
Oh my god.
So they're heading straight over to Star Sand Shoal instead.
Why did that make my heart sink as well? Because again, the traveler is always like at the center of like, oh, trying to stop these crises like in the cities and stuff like that, right? So it's so different to have him like on a different place. And also for a character to be like, oh, the traveler's gonna make it back in time, but it sounds like the voice is shaking. You know, it's like in a way you kind of count on his help sometimes.
Wait, what? Isn't that the cannon's target? Why would he go there?
Rerir.
Assessing risk level. Maximum.
No, Nefer.
So if we can't prevent the cannon from being fired...
We're in trouble. We are in trouble. We're going to be in a fight with Rerir.
Then he's prepared for the worst.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god. This is such a good scene. How tense I'm feeling right now. This is so freaking good. It's terrifying. Right? And also just the way that they're even talking about this, like they're like piecing it together in their heads as well, like why what the traveler's prepared to do as well. What Flynn's is prepared to do.
And we must ensure that his trust in us is not misplaced.
Oh my god.
Let's go.
That's so awesome. He's so right. Oh my god, Llama. Wait. What? We're just playing. Oh my god, the fires in Nasha Town as well. Like, and again, it is one of those things where it's like, yeah, like that's what they saw it as. The reason why the Traveler and Flynn's let you do this is because there's trust there. And I love that she picked up on that. This place is getting wrecked. Look at this. Holy hell, there's kids here, man. Oh, did they come to me and I came to them?
Most of those we've met so far have been attempting to escape, so they haven't gotten in our way. But it won't be so easy from here on
look
out.
at this crew. Look at this crew.
Looks like they formed groups to protect the cannon. If they believe that we're with the Wild Hunt, we'll have no choice but to force
100%. We need to stop this cannon.
Is that Lady Llama? But are you really her?
There's the paranoia again. There's that paranoia. Look what it's done.
It's you, Rixa. I believe you recognize this power, having lived on Hisi Island for so long. It is not something that anyone else could imitate.
Wow. Llama right away realizing the situation to calm someone down.
I do, yes. So it really is you, my
Now we
lady.
have to convince him to stop the cannon.
But why are you here? Really, I believe you, but the others, well, they'll be on high alert.
The townspeople have been misled into believing that they needed to activate the cannon. I am here to stop them.
But...
Again, already, even though she knows it's Llama, there's a fear in her voice.
I know what you wish to say. Our island and Nasha Town have never had close ties. There should be no reason for me to intervene. But you chose to leave the island. You had the resolve and the courage to start a new life.
Oh my god. She's amazing. Guys, I keep saying it, but like I can't stress enough how like I am like I have like that feeling of like tenseness all over my freaking body right now. They've done such a masterful job of just making me feel so freaking tense.
It is unfair, unjust, that you should be dragged into this mess
Why are
just
they
as that
crowding
life
that dude?
was about to begin. I seek to redress this injustice, not only for you, but for everyone here who wishes to live their lives free from this chaos.
Right.
Please, have faith in our
Oh, the smile from
long-standing
Lido.
friendship, and that this is where my heart has led me.
And we didn't get a smile from these gals, but we got a determined look though.
Thank you, my lady.
Oh.
Thank you. Please help us.
And this is what I'm talking about as well. Like it's like that paranoia is not easy. It's terrifying. Like right now they're thinking we could die at any second. Oh, this person could kill me. This person could kill me. Sozi died. He could kill me next. Is my girlfriend, you know, the wild hunt? Is my child the wild hunt? Is my dad the wild hunt? Is my partner the wild hunt? Is my best friend the wild hunt? Like, imagine living your life like this even for a day.
Then come. I need you to step forward alongside me.
She's amazing,
and
isn't she?
And to do your part too.
She's amazing.
All right, I understand.
She's so incredible.
Seems we chose the right person for the job.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Let us meet again later.
Huh? You're not coming with us?
We won't be able to calm this storm by our power alone. As such, I'll need to contact some, let's call them friends in high places.
Friends?
Shall we? Let's go, Yehoda.
Who are the friends?
Okay. See you again, everyone. That is, if we can.
Who are the friends in high places? Yeah, this is a really incredible way of doing this. Oh my god, we have the antlers out.
These words. The road shall be paved with truth, and we shall pave it ourselves.
What the hell? We're like walking slowly?
It's you, Lady Moonchanter. It's her. Everyone, it's her.
Do we just walk
Right,
by them?
At times like these,
This is incredible. Leave that dude alone. Why are you crowding him? See, they're thinking he's an abyssal creature, so can we go over there and stop them? No, you can't. Oh my god.
Please, calm down.
Oh no, they are.
Clearly innocent.
Oh my god, they're stopping them. Yes, I love it. Okay, we're literally going through with our most, like, again, this power that, like, she usually seeks to hide, right? That she doesn't really showcase. Walking through the world, like looking at everyone as she's walking by. Is that a kid? That's a freaking kid. That's a child. This is so terrifying.
Lady Moonchanter, there's a child here.
I saw another child on the way here too.
It's all right now. Go, quickly.
Look at what a Frostmoon sign is doing for Nasha Town. Look at this. It's just not right at all. Do you think destroying this place is gonna quell your
You wretched monsters! You're not getting anywhere near the cannon.
Look at the animations, they're moving back as well.
Monsters you fear do not exist here. The madness you have fallen to has been the source of untold disasters.
Look at them moving back.
Choice?
Destiny is no excuse for greed and destruction. The choice has always been yours to make, and it remains so, even now.
Should we just keep walking? They made a special animation of a fear walk back. That is insane. They're going to such lengths for this, and I'm glad they are.
Thank you for bringing us here. We can quickly overcome the barrier by going upward from over there.
Awesome.
The cannon is all yours now.
Got it. Thanks, Llama. And Nefer, give her a crown.
Oh my god, even in this moment.
Orders received and immediately deferred. Departure takes priority.
Orders received, we're not doing that.
Please, everyone,
oh,
listen
wow.
to me. I will not deny that we hold different beliefs, but in the face of the immense threat that hangs above us all, we must persist in trusting one another.
Yes, if we can.
Otherwise, rifts will surely form, prized open by those who harbor ulterior motives.
That's the thing. The only people who want this to happen are people who are, like, not here. You know what I mean? The only people that actually want this to happen, obviously there's people who are profiting off it, but the only people who want this to happen are, like, you know, Rerir. Oh, the music, man, and this freaking... This chapter's music has been incredible.
If your fear
Oh
is
my
born
God.
of helplessness, if you flee because you know not
Llama.
how to fight, then follow me, you who are lost.
Okay, she is just the most magical character ever.
I am no god, but so long as we hold our candles
Nefer?
steady and unite beneath the same moonlight,
Wow.
no deception or rumors can be
What?
concealed from us.
Look at this. Imagine seeing this in the middle of your town. Look at it. Not only just how bright it is, how shining it is, like the figure itself, but look at the way, like, light is, like, pouring off of it as well.
Let us resolve then to defend ourselves and to stand firm against the false illusions
Llama.
by which our foe seeks to beguile us.
With this music in the background, it's so amazing. Llama. This is Act 2, but it has like Act 5 vibes, right? We're playing as a Nefer.
Let's go, Nefer. This way up.
You know what I mean? It has like the act. Oh my god, what? No! We're literally carrying. That's so sweet. That's so adorable.
Make ready.
That's adorable. Oh my god, she's carrying Aino. Look at this. And Aino's like so prepared for it. Is she she's dropping nuts and bolts out of her jacket sleeves as well. This is so adorable. Oh my freaking god. I know we could probably attack these guys as well. Yeah, we can. Sorry. Yeah, I was just like so like I think it's so amazing the way that they're doing this with Aino and the special animation.
Track missing. Fall imminent.
Come on. Get out of there.
Oh, was that Yehoda?
Nice.
Thanks, Yehoda. I'm sorry. I'm never gonna get over this special animation.
Breakthrough.
I'm never gonna get over the special animation of Nefer carrying Aino. Yes, Yehoda. All of them are in different places now, looking at what's happening. Nefer's organizing something. I will never get over this. Ever. I would get a special artwork too. Aino's laughing as well. Who's Nefer talking to there? Was that Lightkeeper? And you saw Yehoda there as well.
Knuckle Duckle, what are you doing here?
She knows Knuckle Duckle. Did she create Knuckle Duckle, I wonder? I want to just say, because I want to look back at that image in a bit too, so we'll just save this here. That was such a fun scene. It really, really was.
Preparing for dust up. Defensive mode engaged.
This is so freaking fun. Like, and it shouldn't be, I know, like, you know, we're saying it's fun, when in reality it's a terrifying situation, right? Let's be honest. But, like, I still think it's, like, one of those things where, like, what they've done with the animations, what they've done with, like, the you know, having every character having a place to be in these moments as well. Like, I'm just so impressed with what they've done. I really am, like,
Entering countermeasure mode.
I remember fighting it. Well, we fought this boss already, but yeah, we have him here now as well.
This isn't good enough. We gotta hurry.
And even the way I just said, Knuckle Duckle, you know, she's adorable.
Scanning. Kuvaki ammunition fully loaded. Preheating complete. The cannon is going through its final pre-fire checks.
Come on.
Oh, all right. Let's hit the emergency
Okay, there's an emergency brake. Okay, that's good.
Assessment. Not enough time. Emergency brake will cause internal explosion of stored Kuvaki.
Oh.
Damage assessment. Incalculable. Nasha Town likely to be blasted skyward.
So we have to like make sure that doesn't happen. Man, my Harris power. What the? You know what I mean when I say this feels like this feels like an Act 5, right? Of like of a Genshin story. This feels like Act 5.
No, I mean a manual brake. The primitive.
Oh, okay, so there is a manual brake. Okay.
A manual brake. Understood. Roger that.
It's just she took everything literally as well. Oh, we got a cutscene as well. Oh, please, guys, please.
We are out of time.
The cutscenes are always so well directed. With this epic music as well. Look at it! And Nefer climbing up to the top of the cannon. Oh no.
All your efforts have been
No,
futile.
no, please!
It is too late now.
Perhaps you're right. Why aren't you running?
Was that a question of do you believe nothing bad's gonna happen? That's like you do have faith in your friends? The music's so glorious. The music is so glorious. Look at Nefer. He's speaking Fey language. Let the dead bury the dead and let the living mourn the living. Look at Nefer. The golden house. Come on. Oh no! Oh, she tried so hard though. She tried so hard. No freaking way, what are you talking about? What? The Fatui getting the brunt of it, by the way. And the no. Oh, there's a protection on the Frostmoon Science. Oh my god, look at the two of these guys together. What did he chant? And he had a power. The Ether had something on his hand as well. Oh, I've never seen that face from Ether ever. I've never seen that face from Ether ever. That strain. Oh my, she's pushing the cannon up manually. Manually. Oh my god, and Nefer. Holy frick. Oh my god. Nefer. Incredible. Holy fuck. Oh my god. And all these hands. Was it enough? Was it enough? But they blocked it. What they do? What happened? Oh my god. It was enough. It was just enough. He absorbed the energy anyway. Oh my god. Turn around. Holy freaking hell. No. Blasphemy against death. We're not fighting him, are we? We're not fighting him. I am dying. I am dying.
Well, that's not good.
That was one of the... How crazy is to say this in Genshin? That was one of the best cutscenes ever. The strain on Ether's face as him and Flynn's trying to block this power from hitting them. And Nefer climbing up the top of the cannon, her hero moment, like dragging the cannon up, like pushing it up into the air, even though she failed the first time. Oh my freaking god. But still, Rerir was resurrected. He's a full sinner now. Did you see him as well? Oh my god.
Sluggish, torpid. This body is a disappointment.
Oh my god, look at the outfit as well. He like, and again, full skin color. Full skin, like he has his skin color back. He's like fully, like obviously like he's still bandaged, but there's no longer like there is bright pink still there.
I can barely muster 10% of my original strength. You've ruined everything. Again.
So he only absorbed a bit of it. A bit of it.
Let me guess. You didn't get a human body back,
so it's
did
not
you?
a human body. And the frustration now of failing. Like, it's a really sick design though, isn't it though?
What's with him?
This is about his presence feels completely different now. He's stronger than before. He looks stronger than before. Oh my god, that's such a sick outfit. The full-on black with the red. And then the gray hair works so well together. No. Don't mention these people. Don't mention these people. The close-up on his face as well.
Watch out! Whatever rationality he still had when he was searching for his body is gone. All that's left is the calamity you see before you. A monster fueled by nothing but his own obsession.
And that's it is. He's an obsessive character. I don't know how like I can keep just describing. I need to express that in such a way like my heart is pounding during this whole. The last 30 minutes has just, or even more than that, has just been like constant stress.
There's not having a heart, being human. It's all irrelevant. Completely and utterly insignificant.
So now he's saying he doesn't even want to be a human.
Oh,
look at this cave.
Matter not. Does anything in this world. None of it matters to me.
He is trying to convince himself now. Again, like Flynn said, There's no rationality here anymore. Look at how cool this character looks. Oh my god. Almost like vampiric. Oh, the look up.
Time to die.
But now his voice is more human as well, though, right? Are we fighting? No, we're not fighting him. I know he's not a full. Oh my god, what are we doing now?
You too have the potential to be driven mad by knowledge.
Wait, what?
But the truths you seek are so insipid. How laughable that you should die for their sake.
Wait, what's that? What's that? What just happened?
You're wrong.
No! Oh my god!
Is but a fog to be dispersed. Knowledge is the true pillar of the world.
Oh my god, the marionettes! No way, you're not doing none. You're not doing it. I have a plan here.
You're not the only one who got stronger.
Like, we're standing beside the marionettes. Polomita. No way, is it? Polomita punched one of the sinners away. Look at this beast. Look at this big boy. One of the freaking Harbingers saved us again. Once again. I'm just shooting up. Oh no, do not hurt him. Do not hurt him. Again, they're gonna do some cool choreo here, aren't they? Of course. Look at this big chunky boy. And this music is so incredible too. Chills all over. Yes, get him! Once again, I'm rooting for Fatui Harbinger. Once again. This is my life. My god, what did he just do? What the... No! Oh, they had to showcase his power at some point as well. We had the upper hand for a second. What is that? No, these hands. Oh my. Marionette.
No, wait, this isn't over.
Wait, did they warp out of there? What a freaking scene. Someone warped them out of there. Holy freaking hell.
We're safe?
I feel like I wasn't breathing for the past like 10 minutes. The only way I can describe this is legitimately, and I say this before, I like this type of feeling. You ever go on like a long run and you feel like you know when your body wasn't releases endorphins and stuff, I guess, and like serotonin? Like I feel like that times 100. Like my body is tingly right now. My heart like feels like it's pounding, but like it's also at the same time too. It's not like going really fast. I can just feel it. I can feel that feeling. My stomach has like a burning feeling in it too. Someone's gonna be like, Calvin, I think you're just sick. Probably. But like that scene was incredible. The marionette, that's who Nefer talked to then, right? That must be who Nefer talked to. She wasn't talking to a lightkeeper. I think she was talking to maybe someone from Sejnaya. Absolutely incredible scene, and for the marionette to show up in those moments. There's the marionette said something when she showed up as well, right? I might just like save this scene as well, just to like see just the one thing she said. My head's spinning. I am like, I can't even. I'm just.
It seems this young lady aided in our escape.
It was.
You have my sincere gratitude, dear madam.
My gal, of course, amazing. She got involved. She got involved the outside.
The flowers here bloom in such peaceful silence. I imagine you would not have invited anyone here were it not an emergency.
Talk about a good judge of character. No, legitimate. Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. But the marionette is here as well. Marionette, you leave this girl alone, okay? I'm so grateful for you saving us. I'm so grateful. But please, you understand she just saved our lives.
Oh? I take it that means you've been here before then. In that case, I count myself fortunate to be your associate.
You need to understand that the damselette is an amazing, amazing character. And like, oh my god. The fact that she saved us right now, like, I love her even more. Oh.
What did you do that for?
Wait, what? This sounds like a little sister, like arguing with her older sister. Or even like older sister arguing with the little sister.
I studied his abilities inside out. Equipped Polonia with comprehensive countermeasures. We were going to settle the
Oh my
score.
god. You see what I mean? This is sibling like you didn't have to do that, you know, like the brother coming to the older brother, like, I had it handled, you know? Or like the older brother be like, you know, hey, like, you know, you don't have to like always like hang around here, you know? Like it has that energy to it.
But he still broke through, did he not?
He did. Oh my god. And we know that she laughed before when you heard the marionette got lost in a fight.
What? You expect a battle to be completely one-sided?
Oh my god. This is Bickering. This is such fun Bickering.
I just didn't expect him to have no sense of honor whatsoever.
Well, she's
Polonia would have been fine in a head-on clash. But battles just
they do get chaotic. I really believe it too. I love that the marionette is legitimately like, you know, character is always like talking like this, and she's so like composed and tries to be composed. She sees the damselette help her once in a situation where she felt like she didn't need help, or like didn't want to be showed up by maybe the damselette, and she like loses her cool.
Oh, so you actually thought you could
Oh my god. I think the damselette's like a bit snarkier than we know. You know, maybe even, it could be unintentionally sometimes, but I know that she smirked when she heard the marionette lost in the fight, so I'm willing to believe that it's not unintentional. You know what I mean? And we love a bit of snark. You know what I mean? Especially when like you're someone you're comfortable with. And I do feel a sense of like, while they're bickering, I do feel a sense of like, that the damselette doesn't feel any danger coming from the marionette, right? Really fun.
Have you been taking care of yourself lately?
Oh my god.
Your calculations seem to have deviated quite seriously.
Oh my god.
Perhaps you could try sleeping and rising earlier. Or you could adopt my previous recommendation and...
So she is like, she gives this unwanted advice to Marionette. Look at the Marionette's face. Look at her. She's like, oh my god, this again. This is a sibling bickering.
Hey, listen here, Columbina. I tolerated your nonsense previously because we were colleagues.
Yeah? I tolerated you? This is amazing. I'm sorry, this dynamic is so fun. And again, I do believe, again, while the damsel is this character who like seems to not care about the outside world a lot, 100% you have to believe the snark is intentional. I don't care. And that's not a bad thing, by the way. We love a bit of snark. We love a bit of snark, especially when it's funny.
There's a Fatui warrant out on your head. And don't you forget that. Don't make me fight you right here.
Don't make her fight you, Marionette.
Oh, I was just a little concerned about you.
Oh my god.
That's all. Just like that time when you weren't making any progress with your research. So you went and cooped yourself up all alone.
That was none of your business! And don't you ever drag me out to one of your freaky hovels again!
Freaky hovels. Can I say as well what I love about this too is that like she's bringing up this like past experience that they had together. It's like, oh, that time when I was worried about you then too. So clearly this is a common occurrence where the marionette will do something and the damsel will maybe get involved, which to me again feels like that like older sibling energy where it's like don't worry, I helped out with this thing. It's like, oh, I could have done that myself, you know? I could have done that, you know? Because you don't want to be... Again, it's not like a hatred for your siblings. It's usually like this feeling of wanting to branch out on your own and do stuff. But obviously, like, you know, the damsel is like, again, knows what she's doing in this situation too. But I think it's very sweet and funny at the same time too.
Come on, Polonia. We're leaving.
I am overwhelmed. This is so good. This is so good. And like, don't make me fight you as if like, you know what...
Well, anyway, thank you.
I would love to say thank you to the marionette as well. We were in a tight spot without you. That was quite unexpected. Thank you so much, damselette. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful we got to see that scene with them too. And again, when the marionette was like, don't make me fight you. Like, you know, that again is all show. Because 110%, I'm saying this right now, like, I think the damselette would destroy us in a fight. You know what I mean? Like, I think if it came down to it, we'd lose, you know?
I was worried about you, too.
Oh my
Not only
god.
because the remains of the eternal moon goddess cannot fall into his hands, but also because you've done much for me
That's
yourself.
so sweet. Oh my god. We really have, like, gotten close to the damselette, right? We really have. And I feel like it's been, like, through very natural means, too, right? While, like, we came here, like, you know, to find out some stuff as well. Like, I feel like she's probably sensed the genuine care. For her to say I was worried about you going from, like, you're just more than a stranger to I was worried about you, so amazing.
And then well, I brought your associate along for the ride, too. But that was as much as I could do.
Oh my god. And again, the trust that she has in us as well, that she was able to do this, because she doesn't want to talk to anyone in the outside world. She doesn't want to see anybody. So to bring not only the marionette here, which again, she probably thought like I could handle the marionette, but also to say, I'm not trying to say the marionette's weak. The marionette literally, guys, stood up to Rerir. Let's just be clear about this. She stood up to the Wild One and Rerir. 110%. She did it, and here's the thing, she did it with like a smirk on her face. Yeah, she had a bit of fear in her face too, but that's only normal. I'm not going to downplay what the marionette is either. But like, I think it's important to say as well that like she did show up for us as well. But I think that it just goes to show how much she trusts us now, that she was so okay with us bringing everyone here as well, you know?
You're not afraid to speak your mind, miss. I like that. Please call me Flint. It is my honor to make the acquaintance of one such as yourself.
What a charming individual as well.
Still, what do we do now? Rerir's gotten stronger again. At this point, it doesn't seem like we can beat him.
We did block most of the Kuvaki, so I'd say we've put a lid on his plans for now.
He was very frustrated too. He wasn't his full form. He didn't get his heart.
But we still don't know what his aims are, and he may continue gathering power. So we must be very careful.
After you left, I could no longer sense his
Okay,
presence.
so he maybe left the area at the very least?
That means it's safe out there for now, right?
Can I... Sorry I keep interrupting. I'm not sorry, actually, at all. Just the phrasing. I still feel the residual excitement and, like, fear and anxiety that came up with all those situations that were happening there. But can I also say that, like, there is like, the game, they've done so well with this that the damselette and these area with the flowers does have a calming effect and a beautiful effect, to the point that I actually feel myself gradually calming down now that we're here. Like, isn't that amazing what they've done with this place, what they've done with the damselette? It's so incredible.
A question, if I may. Kind Miss Columbina.
Oh my god, such a gentleman.
When the cannon's Kuvaki beam was deflected earlier, I saw several bolts of energy streak toward Hisi Island, only to be blocked. Did you also have
So
a
she
hand in
protected
that?
the Frost Moon Scions?
No.
Oh.
I see.
So they don't.
Curious.
So it's not a well-known barrier they have or something?
Oh yeah, the cannon veered off course in the end, didn't it? Paimon wonders how Aino and the others are doing. Let's head back and check
Yeah,
on
and
them.
also like just being honest as well. Like, while like again we don't agree with what the Fatui's doing here in Nod Krai, you know. Not every Fatui member is going to be told. Well, no, in this situation they definitely are like not in a good. They're not good, right? They're not good what they're doing, especially since like they're doing this like the Frost Moon Scions and stuff like that as well. But like, you know, you still don't want to like a mass slaughter on our hands. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You don't want to like even if they were doing bad stuff, I don't want them to be like wiped out by that attack.
In that case, Miss Columbina, I shall not disturb your serenity any longer. Thank you once again for coming to the rescue.
Such a gentleman. Are you kidding me? Such a gentle soul.
Go now, all of you. Do not
I wish
worry.
you could. No, Damsel, thank you so much. You have no idea. Like, you are legitimately, I would say, like, in terms of just character personalities and characters themselves, you are my favorite character we've met in Nod Krai easily. And that's saying a lot because, like, this cast is so good so far. It's so good. I think it definitely goes Damselette, Yehoda. Oh. Maybe that took a lot out of her.
My strength
Oh.
still isn't returning.
And she put on a good face for us. There's no need for that. No. I'm not having this happen to another Fatui member. I'm not having a Fatui member die. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. That was incredible. That was all incredible. Yeah, it looks like she's like she says her time is running out, which I wonder if it's like the idea like she needs to be like she needs to gain her moon or gets her prologue before her time runs out completely. Yeah, this whole area down here, by the way, in general is just I don't want to go down here right now. While I'd love to go down there and just take a look at it, I feel like, you know, story-wise, I feel like it's like, I don't want to, like, go against the story a little bit, because I feel like, you know, it's like, oh, we're back, you know? But yeah, I wonder if it is because she needs to get her prologue back, and that's why it means by her time is running out. It's a very, like, I haven't fully calmed down, but I do think the area with the flowers, as I said, did calm me down quite a bit as well. Because what we just saw there happen was the residual power that was coming off the cannon still was enough. He was able to absorb a lot of it still. Gain a form that was not entirely human, but not like entirely what his other form was as well, because there's still like a lot of pink permeating through that. By the way, his design is really, really, really like weirdly handsome, honestly. Really, really, really beautiful design. Like, and again, I'm not like usually into like vampiric designs. It's not really something I like. I really like. I like them in terms of designs themselves, but I talk in terms of like, you know, who I think is handsome or not. But I think it's not just like the vampiric design. I can take or leave. You know, I mean, in terms of like what's cute on a person. In terms of design, it's sick, right? But in terms of what makes someone like cute or handsome, I think that there's something really like I don't know if it's just the gray hair and the like it's just there's something like really cool about it. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. You know. He takes off the bandages and I'm like, oh, never mind. Oh, I'm sorry. You can keep it. But no, like it is a really interesting design. And yeah, like I said, vampiric. And it makes sense, I guess, like to make like a vampiric design. Especially since like it is a character who is absorbing power, right? Who is like obtaining life, just like vampires do from obtaining blood. I think the vampiric design like fits so well. Look how beautiful that is. So he absorbed a little bit of the power from the Kuvaki energy, didn't get the full power, and in the process of absorbing that full power, or not the full power, he like was very frustrated with himself because he wasn't able to like get his full form back, and frustrated with us, and then he kind of like lost, like it's kind of interesting that he was more attuned to reality when he was in his like non-human state, but now that he has like a half human body, half ethereal body, or half like he's not a full sinner or whatever. He lost his mind a bit. He started naming some of the sinners as well, you know what I mean, which I was kind of worried for a second. I thought he was like chanting something to get them to arrive, and I was like, please do not do that. I was actually very worried for a second. I was like, no, do not. And again, it's a curiosity versus like actual fear. It's like, yeah, I would like to see them, but at the same time too, I wouldn't want to see them, you know. It's like the curiosity is not as much as the fear, I don't think, right now. Because there's consequences to everything. There is. We've seen this. We've seen consequences happen to the world. Things change. But yeah, like a very like he went mad and tried to fight us then. And in those last moments the marionette showed up, which 100% was Nefer. Like it had to be Nefer who like made them show up in that moment. Or at least like asked them to show up. Man, this place is so beautiful, isn't it? Like the goldenness of like some aspects of the sand as well is so pretty too. It had to have been Nefer, right, that made the negotiations. And then it was the damsel who saved us in the end, even at a detriment to her own power. And she would never admit that she was like, you know, upset in front of us, because then she still has this thing of like, you know, she doesn't want us to feel like it was a big deal. Again, since her life has been based on exchanges, I think she doesn't want us to feel burdened by that. When in reality, like, you know, what she did was amazing. What she did was incredible. And she deserves every bit of praise in the world for it, honestly. Really, really fantastic stuff. And the marionette deserves praise too. Like, the marionette showed up, no fear, not knowing what she was getting herself into, you know, and decided to save our lives. That's what happened there as well. Like, we do not know what would have happened again. Just like when Aether showed up to save Flynn's, I think once again, we could have died. Something horrible could have happened if the marionette didn't show up. Because while she didn't win the fight, she did like hold him off. She did like, you know, get him off of us. You know?
I'm not really sure.
An amazing scene. That whole cutscene, like with the actual cannon itself. I never saw that. Like I said, I hadn't seen that face on Wonder ever. I've never seen him look like that. And Nefer was nearly breaking apart trying to lift up that cannon. Like, she's absolutely incredible. And then, like, Flynn's, like, you know, did something as well with his power that, like, meant that he could block it, but also we felt... I wonder if he activated Kuvaki energy, because that's what happened with us. I think he activated Kuvaki energy, so maybe we could resist it like a magnet, because when he activated it, like, we felt something on our hand from the Kuvaki energy. Maybe it's just because the Kuvaki energy was so high at the moment as well. But it looks like Nefertown is kind of, like, in a better state again, which is fantastic. Which is really fantastic. Yeah, I'm, absolutely in love. Absolutely in love with that scene. Still, my heart is like, again, it's I'm not fully, like, calmed down. Like, I still feel it, but I still think that it's one of those situations where, yeah, we're not fully calmed down, but I'm grateful we even got to see a scene like that. Everyone convenes, recounting what happened to them and sharing what they've learned.
Fortunately, we were able to minimize the harm. Only a few townspeople were
Fantastic.
hurt. But the Rerir of Solnari has now gained a complete form. While we still know nothing
So
about
it is a
his
complete
goals.
form. So So is it just like it's not his full form without? Did he get his heart? Maybe I just missed that in all the confusion, all the craziness happening, guys. If I did miss it, I apologize. It happens sometimes. There's a girl listening in on our conversation over here. You might want to tell her to leave. But yeah, like maybe I just missed that part as well. I can go back and watch it later and put some in there if I did miss something. But like maybe it's just that the power that he got from the guy wasn't, because he said it wasn't enough. Maybe it's just he got his full form but didn't get his full power.
It seems we have done something akin to releasing a vicious cuckoosaur into the wild.
Yes. I mean, come on, it's a good analogy.
I'm sorry. Is no one here familiar with cuckoosaurs?
Okay, I needed this as well. And Never just be like, oh yeah, you guys don't know cuckoosaurs?
Paimon knows what you mean, but that analogy seems more than slightly understated.
Yeah, it is. I think you know, and if it's just going with what she knows.
He said that this world means nothing to him, so it is possible that he doesn't have a reason to fight us at the moment.
Interesting.
If his objective had been revenge alone, we would likely have no recourse.
Yes, that makes perfect sense. Like if it was to destroy Flynn's and destroy other people here as well in Nod Krai, then he would just like do it, right? Like why would he stop?
Is there still time for me
Yehuda.
to tender my resignation?
Oh no, Yehuda, you're so good at your job though. Oh, the smile.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't worry, boss. I know there's no running now.
We know that that's Yehuda's personality, though. When she does her job, she's absolutely amazing, but she will try to get out of it as much as possible before it starts, you know what I mean? But she's very good at her job.
So my canon, my pride and joy was a hindrance rather than a
Oh, I
help.
know.
You know what? I'm gonna dismantle it right now.
Oh, it wasn't your fault either, nor was the cannons. It really wasn't. It was a situation of someone misusing technology. This happens all the time, even in the real world. It's like, you know, it's like a computer can be used to like do anything, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that like you know the stuff that was done on the computer is the computer's fault. You know what I mean? It's not that. It's the same thing with like if someone uses a car to crash into someone. That's not the car's fault. That's the person's fault.
That's right. And it still works on normal wild hunt anomalies. Don't let this get you down, I know.
Yeah, you're still an amazing inventor.
Flint, we'll need you to attend to the aftermath with the Lightkeepers.
Right.
Don't worry, I've explained everything to them. You're in the clear.
Fantastic. Vindicated.
My thanks. For that and for everything else I hear you did to help us arrive at the truth.
He's such like a gentle soul, isn't he? Now that he's like talking to more people, you can really get the vibe that he's not just like someone who seems standoffish. He's really gentle. He's a really gentle character.
Had you been willing to show yourself in public more often, you would not have been so easy to isolate, you know.
Right. And that is true. That is true. I think it's one of those situations where like it's like and it's not fair, but I want to make it clear it's not fair. It is not fair that someone who is quiet is deemed to be someone who is like as soon as something happens or like it's wrong or whatever, you know what I mean? Or like or they suspect, you know what I mean? It's one of the situations where like it's like this, or I don't even need an analogy, but like I think like I know it's a bad analogy, but you know when someone like is like quiet in work and someone thinks they're rude or something like that, and it's like that's unfair. That's so unfair. Some people just are quiet, and it is unfair that like he's going to be a suspect to some things, and people will just jump to conclusions because they don't know his personality very well because he's isolates himself. That people will suspect him. It's not fair, but it's going to happen.
Point taken. I will give that some thought.
Well, you can hang out with us anytime you want.
I suppose that's one way I'd benefit from replacing Sergeant Major Sosi.
Oh? You're gonna take up the job?
You mean you're being promoted?
Is that what he was told? He's joking, Paimon.
Was Paimon the only one who didn't get that?
Oh my god, it's a joke about him actually like replacing Sozi as like in like the... Is it like the shape-shifting stuff?
Well, if you've got a moment, would you like to come with me?
Sure. 100%. I'll look at the light running as well.
There's a certain gentleman I'd like to send off on his final journey.
Sozi. Can I just say, totally okay with what Genshin is doing sometimes in this Nod Krai and just sending us to places. Not even like waiting for us to walk there. I think it actually makes the story flow really well sometimes. Very okay with it.
This man was like a lighthouse.
Wow.
Here he lived as if it were a mere matter of course, and brought light and grace to those around him. But people, once used to illumination, are apt to ignore the lantern's presence.
Yes, if you do things right, people won't be sure you've done anything at all. Once people get used to the help they're given, they no longer see that help that is given, especially when it's common. It's like again, I know I use bad analogies all the time, but it's like the guy in the friend group who like always sorts out the hotel accommodation whenever they go on a friend trip, right? It's like, I thought you did this. And if they leave, it's like, wait, I thought you did this. Oh no one sorted out the hotel accommodation. You know what I mean? It's like the situation where it's like no one's going to notice what's happening until they're gone, because now they realize the light is not shining on them anymore.
Slowly, gradually, he came to think as such himself. I have achieved too little. I must do better. There is more work to be done. Perhaps his end was tragic, but I remain proud of the way in which he illuminated the path for others. Every shadow born of the light shall remember it.
Oh, poor guy.
I once heard the tale of the Lantern Fae.
I've heard that one too.
And I'd like to say the same to him. There's no need to be so fixated on the outcome.
Is that so?
Saying to Flynn that he also has like the ability to illuminate paths for people?
Well, you're right. It may seem that our efforts were in vain, that Rerir achieved his goals. But we will pursue him to the last.
Oh my god!
Even if the outcome is not what we wish for. It is not dissimilar to the role of a graveyard keeper.
Right.
We do not seek to bring the dead back to life, only to grant them peace.
Oh my god, music as well. I'm glad to hear that's how you see it. Man, this idea of now pursuing, Rerir now.
Oh, what are you two talking about? Care to explain?
Not right now, Paimon. I'll tell you when we get back. My interpretation of all this as well is us saying that he has the ability to shine a light on people's lives as well. And he's saying that, yes, Rerir may have achieved his goals. Which, again, I think, maybe I misinterpreted, but to me, like, Rerir achieved his goals, but he didn't get the full power he wanted because we interfered. Right? So he didn't achieve his full goals. But now it's like we're going to pursue him to the last, and he says, we don't seek to bring the dead back to life, only to grant them peace. So it's like, we're not going to be fixing what happened already. We're not going to be like, we're just going to make sure we can like not avenge, but like make sure that the people who died along the way can feel at peace after they go. Maybe like making the world better for them after they're gone. So maybe they feel like their loss wasn't in vain.
Okay.
It's okay, Paimon.
Either way, the Lantern Fae is not playing the leading role in these final rites.
Okay.
Lightbearer, with your blood you have paved the road to glory and justice. Even as we hurry on, bruised and battered though we may be, stay a while and look back upon the world and all its love and hatred.
It's beautiful sentiments here as well.
Until it closes its eyes in the depths of night, and a lantern lit for you alone flickers softly into life. Thank you for everything, Sergeant Major Sosi.
Again, sorry, I was like, it's such a beautiful scene as well. Like, and like these again, it's just like I know it's like a sentiment that's probably like very close to the light bearers. Light bearer, with your blood, you have paved the road for to glory and justice. Even as we hurry on, bruised and battered through where we may be, stay a while and look back. So it's like even though like we have to keep going on, we have to keep going. It's also to take the time to like look back on the world, until it closes eyes in the depths of night and the lantern lit for you alone flickers. So that's obviously like saying goodbye to them as well. Such a beautiful scene again. Follow Lunatar? Wait, what? Yeah, like it's. I think what we've learned about Flynn's more than anything is that he's a gentle soul. He's a gentle character who has like a lot of like emotions with him as well. The feelings that he brought forth here even like are just so like sentimental, and even like when it came to like talking to the damselette or talking to Llama, like I think it goes to show that like the perception that people had about his isolation, about how he could be like dangerous or how he's a bit weird. In reality, he just likes to isolate himself, but he actually is probably one of the most gentle and caring. He's like a little bird, you know what I mean? It's just like he's so like I don't know. Gentle's the word. He's gentle. He's a really gentle character who can fight if needs be as well.
Hey, it's the Lunatar! Should we go after her? Or do you have someone else you'd like to meet?
Optional objectives? Wait, optional objectives. Oh no, is this the thing in the town? Is this... Or is that... Wait. Oh, we are 100% doing this stuff. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Wait, is this gonna block off this thing here as well though? We'll do that last just in case, but we'll talk to Nefer. This is actually really interesting. Okay, like yeah, there's no way in hell that I was ever not going to talk to Nefer. Like, on all these characters, that's such an interesting way of doing this, but I guess one of those situations where, like, I don't know if they, like, maybe they were trying to be nice and... I think it's up here, isn't it? It's over here. We have to go up the ramp here. Yeah, like, it's one of the situations where, like, say if someone was, like, late at night and they're like, okay, I can't do it right now or whatever, I just want to finish the story or whatever, that makes sense. People play how they want to play. I'm very glad they gave us this, though.
Boss, do you remember that thing that I wanted to ask your opinion about? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much effort should the Curatorium of Secrets put in if we were to work with others again?
Oh yeah? Asking like what the next job is gonna be like, basically? Nefer is so funny.
Is that a 1? Isn't that kind of low?
Guess again.
Wait, you mean 0? But wouldn't we just be slapping our brand on the joint venture and calling it a day? Why even team up at that point?
Yehoda, what I mean to say is that there's neither an upper nor lower limit.
Aw, that's just like you, boss. Always thinking ahead.
I love that she does look up to Nefer in some way too, you know?
Wait a minute. That's not an answer at all. Is it? Oh, come on. Just give me a number, boss. Please.
Wait. Oh, is that it? I might have skipped it too early, but she just said please, and again, trigger figure as well. But I thought to be a little bit more than that. But I guess like what it is just like a little it's seeing how everyone is like, and everyone in their own places now. Unless we can go and talk to her still. Let's see if it says it here. Okay, maybe not. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, I thought that'd be like a more of a conversation stuff there, but I guess not. I guess it's just showcasing how they're doing right now, I guess. Which, again, not a bad thing whatsoever. Let's go in here anyway and see if there is someone to talk to. Why not? Nefer, I'm here. Nefer? Where'd she go? Nefer. Guys, she left town. Okay. Puts my mind at ease just in case there's like an extra conversation we could have. Let's go talk then to Dory next, I guess. This is interesting. We're talking to Dory. Dory's gonna be like, aha, I helped in some way. I don't know. I don't know what she's gonna talk about. But yeah, I guess it's showcasing like that they're like Nefer and Yehuda are okay. They're okay after all this. Which is good to showcase.
What brings you here? Didn't expect to see you around again.
Just seeing how you're doing, Dory, of course.
And where have you been, huh? Didn't run away or anything, did you?
Oh, you enjoyed the cat and stuff?
Oh, of course not. I was simply elsewhere discussing business deals.
Okay.
Indeed, it was all thanks to you that my little store was saved. I am grateful, so grateful.
Okay, now you can cut up with the acting now.
What? Why, I wasn't acting in the slightest.
Of course, here's the thing. I have no doubt that she is grateful, but not in like that way. I think she's like more just like, oh, thank God. You know, thank God someone saved the store.
And didn't I tell you that my prices were reasonable? Oh, but you still turn to that curatorium of secrets or whatever it is they call it.
Nefer's been so helpful, Dory. Nefer's been so helpful.
If even regulars such as you abandon ship like this, what can a businesswoman do but take her wares elsewhere?
You're way too wary of the curatorium.
And how should I not be, Running small overseas enterprises is no mean feat.
One open eye.
Never mind when such formidable competition exists.
Well, see, that's the problem. You should do, like, market research. You know what I mean? Like, if you go into an area where there's already, like, a place where people get, like, a lot of information from and, like, something is already, like, and it's one of the most trusted places in the world, like, that's, like, that you have to make sure that you're offering something, like, even better or different.
Forget it. Fortune and destiny are as one, so there is no use complaining.
And it's good to have competition, by the way. I want to make that clear. It's good to have competition, but the problem is with Dory is that, like, she doesn't want competition. She really doesn't.
It's not as if Nefer did me no favors on account of our common homeland when I first arrived. If anything is to blame, it is the lack of opportunity to have her owe me in turn big time.
Oh, because she helped you?
Now then, should she ever need anything, you make sure, make doubly sure to inform me first, all right?
She just wants someone owing a favor to her. Of course. Of course she does. Red-horned lizard. There? Okay. Then we have Llama. Yeah, I love that, like, Dory's just like, yeah, I'm cool, but, like, Jesus Christ. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Everything to her is a deal, right? Everything to her is, like, trying to get one up on someone. Everything, like, even there, it's like, oh, yeah, this person helped me so much, you know? But, right, what I really wanted was to help them so much so they could owe me something in the future. I bet Nefer even, like, doesn't even, like, see her as owing something either. Not that, I know Nefer, like, deals and dealings too.
Complete. Please, enjoy while it's
hot. Oh my God, remember the order that was given to her earlier?
Thank you for going to the trouble of remembering that, Miss Nefer. May this taste bear witness to a friendship that will endure forever and a day.
Very sweet.
Understood. However, I fear that crumb cakes do not keep for that long. A week at most may pass before their taste deteriorates.
Like, let us last forever and ever and ever. I don't think the sell-by date works like that.
That's not quite what I meant by...
I love it, Eva.
Huh? We appeared to have some guests.
What a combination as well with the Nefer and Eva. Not Nefer and Eva, sorry.
They must have followed the aroma of the crumb cake. It's all right. Come closer.
Very cute.
Enough as a friend.
I love the animals and dog. Oh my God, look at them. Now, go on your back, I scratch your belly. Okay? That's the deal. Okay? I scratch your belly, you get food. I give you food anyway.
Affirmative. In fact, I can devise a cereal omelet based on individual preferences before crushing it into servings to share around.
Oh my God. She's so caring in like a very robotic way, right? That it becomes sweet.
What are they saying?
And she's so curious about the world too, right?
They are discussing your address.
Oh?
They wish to go home with you.
What? They're like, oh, she got the food. Very sweet stuff. That's so fun. And look at this area here in general, by the way. This little pond area. I guess not even a pond area. What would you call it? Just like, I guess, a waterlogged area? But it's very pretty as well. It's very pretty. Yeah, I love that they're showcasing that some of the characters are just doing well, right? And I love that. And that scene there is just a very sweet scene too. I think it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea whatsoever. Whereabouts is wait, where is he gone? Wait, is he gone? Where they am I? Oh, over here? Wait, are they gone off the map? Where did I see them before? I saw a picture of Flynn's, right? What? Whereabouts was that on the map, though? Again, I know I'm like blanking on something that just happened recently, but is it? Should we just go down here to the crowd? But that's gonna activate a mission, right? Whereabouts? Do you guys see them anywhere? That's I know that for a fact that's a mission over there, right? Yeah, that's a mission. So maybe they're not. Maybe it's because the mission's still on the map. I can't meet up with them. Because Flynn's isn't there. Like he was on the map, but now he's not. Should I reload the game just in case? Should I activate focus mode? See if that does anything. Focus mode is already on. Oh, sorry, Shao. Is it because I went to them last?
Those memories. So dark.
I know that's a mission, by the way. Wait, would focus mode would still activate that mission though, right? Cause that's problem. I think I started this one before.
Flynn?
Okay, no, perfect.
Don't see
Okay.
you coming around here often. Just feel free to take a look. I'm busy right now.
Oh my God, she's a busy working girl.
Well, I've come to visit you, Miss Aino.
Okay.
Here, I've brought some snacks from town in their traditional butter flavor.
Whoa.
So, where should I leave them?
Delicious.
Shh, Nefer might hear you.
Like it's a secret mission?
So, what's the occasion? Are you gonna say that the Rat Niki will be taking over all Wild Hunt incidents after that hiccup with the cannon?
She's still thinking about the cannon. It's something that's gonna be on her mind forever, I'd say.
And criticize a genius like yourself.
Oh.
On account of results that none of us could
Exactly.
anticipate. We would not be that crass.
He's so gentle. He's so gentle.
If we really did do that, I dare say we shall never again see technological breakthroughs.
That's so true. That is so true.
Sweet talker.
He is a sweet talker. He so is.
It gladdens me to have set your heart at ease.
What a word.
Anyway, what's the matter exactly?
Well, could you help me repair this lantern?
Oh.
I did bring it to Nashatown to get it fixed, but it broke again during our previous battle.
But getting it fixed by Aino means it's probably gonna be like reinforced.
You want a genius like me to go fix a lantern?
Oh, come on, Nefer. I mean, I know. Like, you're gonna, like, do the most amazing job ever on this.
Oh, my apologies. Perhaps this request should be better directed to Miss Nefer.
No.
And perhaps the snacks,
No,
too.
she's gonna take it.
I mean, I can totally do this, no problem.
And she
wait right
yanked
there.
it.
I'll be done before you can say fix it.
Love it.
Much obliged, then.
Very smart, Flynn. Very smart.
And next time this happens to you, make sure to come to me first, you hear?
She's like, I know you got the treats now. So sweet. And I think that goes double for what's happening here, right? Obviously, that's a mission that we're going to be doing later as well, but that goes double for what's happening. Oh, well, Flint.
Ah, fancy meeting you here. I've decided my lantern has earned itself some thorough maintenance after that rather intense battle. Thank you for keeping my secrets, despite knowing as much as you do.
I didn't have time to ask this before, but why were the Lightkeepers able to detect your lantern?
Well, because otherwise I'd get in trouble with the Starshiner. If they couldn't detect my own lantern, I suspect the higher-ups would foist a standard-issue Ratnik lantern on me.
Makes sense. He's trying to just avoid any problems.
A Ratnik carrying 2 lanterns. Imagine that. It would be an aesthetic transgression of the highest order.
He's like, man, that would look weird, you know? Because he loves he definitely loves his outfit then. He loves the gothic vibe of his outfit. So he's like, I can't be wearing 2. What do you take me for? You know, wearing 2 lanterns, you know? I think it's very sweet. Where's it? Which one's this now again? This is the main mission, isn't it? Yeah. That scene, like what it served to me, honestly, it's interesting. Usually this like marks where the quest is, but now it's like it's not. But yeah, what the idea that is that scene to me serves is like not only that like, you know, there's a thing again where it's like, oh, they're okay, which is what you want to see. Like everyone's doing better, everyone's moving on. There's like a bit of a calmness to it, but I think also at the same time too, like what we can say from that too is like it shows that cases that like Flynn's is traveling a long way to get his lantern fixed, which to me also showcases that maybe he's gonna try get out and about more. He also like is more of like, yes, he's a smooth talker, yes, he's a gentleman, but I feel like also at the same time too, he's like very like he's crafty and everything, you know. He knows the sweet thing will work on I know too, but yeah, very sweet moments as well. I'm glad we got to see those conversations. Let's go. And by the way, I'm never going to feel bad for like being weary of like, is this going to activate a quest? I'm never going to not feel bad about that because Genshin has done like, especially not Krai, for some reason they will activate a quest if you step like 1 square out of line. It's one thing that I wish they would fix. Not fix, it's not like it's a problem, but like I wish they would like, you know, add it, like I wish focus mode would avoid activating random quests on the map too, personally. Personally. No way. Wait, she's outside? What? No way, she's in Nasha Town.
Columbina! What are you doing
That's
here?
huge. I'm so happy to see her though.
Was it not you who recommended such walkabouts to me?
We did. We'd love to go for a walk with you.
Yeah, but aren't you afraid the Fatui will see you?
Well, one of the 2 members knows she's here.
Zandrone seems uninterested in my capture, and the others are unlikely to risk making contact at all. They have more troublesome affairs to deal with.
Right, okay, so they're all very busy. So she's like, I can go for a walk about it. That's so sweet. And she's like, under our recommendation too. Did she say Zandrone?
Zandrone seems uninterested.
Is it Zandrone? I've been saying Sandrone all this time. Oh. Rerir, if I had to guess, he is a threat to all who live in Nod Krai.
Well, it's good to come out for a walk either way. So, how do you feel? Is Nasha Town to your liking?
Oh, so beautiful this time too. And by the way, what Traveler was saying there was that like, yeah, like even the Fatui are going to have problems with Rerir. You know? I imagine even Dotori would.
The flow of Kuvaki is somewhat turbulent, and the people are ill at ease.
Okay.
However?
Oh my god, me and Paimon sharing the same brain cell again.
Is this where you purchased the dishes you treated me to?
Oh my god, we can go get some food right now if you want.
Are you serious? That's what she's concerned about? Berries and fried
Heck
meat?
yeah! Paimon, why not? Why not? Look, Paimon's like, yeah, she knows how good the food is.
Well, we can take you to grab a bite if you'd like to.
Please.
There's all sorts of delicious stuff out here that you won't get to try at home.
Please, please.
You've been quite subdued. Thorny questions on your
She's
mind,
so perceptive,
perhaps?
right? I'm concerned about Rerir. Let's talk about the Fatui. I think we're gonna get to talk about all this stuff. Yeah, this happens at the end of acts sometimes, right?
I could not gain any insight into his schemes, I fear. Now that he has donned a shape and form, selling his power short would prove a fatal error.
Okay, so she can't see anything and we shouldn't sell him short.
But that power of his plays host to an obsession that borders on mania.
Probably obsession with the moon, right?
I cannot say if that fixation is directed at the moons,
or at something
That's what I was
else.
thinking. He gave the energy of someone who's obsessive.
Perhaps understanding the subject of his fixation shall prove key to repelling him in the future.
That makes perfect sense. Let's find out more about the moons. Let's talk about the Fatui.
Well, Sandrone's daily routine is highly irregular, while the doctor often orders people around. As for Arlecchino...
She should have been like, yeah, Sandrone's daily routine is highly irregular, but the doctor, he's freaking crazy.
Was that not what you were curious about?
I know, I understand there's probably something else you want to know, but that actually seems very interesting. I would love to learn about the Fatui members' daily routines.
Well then, have you been to that experimental design bureau of theirs? That weapon will play a key role in the Tsaritsa's plan. That's what I've heard, anyway. And what plan is that precisely? Well, I cannot say I care.
Wow. So she's like, it's like, yeah, like you've been there, you've seen what they're planning. They are planning an attack of some kind, but it's none of my business right now. I don't care. We already asked about Rerir, right? I think so. Let's first of all ask about this and see if like the other one pops up again, because I think it might be reappearing. Our spaceship?
I could look into the Eternal Moon's marrow for you if you wish it so.
Only if it doesn't affect you.
But after our previous attempt, I suspect your spaceship has been intentionally hidden
Whoa.
away. Perhaps someone has certain truths they wish to hide from you, or from others.
I wonder if we're going to think our sister again.
And I doubt there are many who could accomplish such a feat.
I'm good for now. So what we learned is about Rerir is that he should not be underestimated, and everyone is dealing with the problems with Rerir. The sub with the Fatui is that, like, you know, she doesn't rightly care what's happening, but that weapon is still very much a concern. And then also that Sandrone has a highly irregular routine. I wish you could have heard that. I know, like, I understand that, like, we have to be a bit serious sometimes, but, like, oh my god, you tell me you could have heard the daily routines of the Fatui and we didn't hear about it? Like, come on. Come on. You know what I mean? Come on. Like, I would have been like, okay, let's hear about this first. Yeah. And with the Fatui, yeah, we don't know what they're planning entirely. And then with stuff with the actual, why am I blanking on, like, we just talked, yeah, the spaceship. Gee, like, why is, I swear to God, sometimes I can remember everything, and then, like, my mind just goes blank. You know, my mind's going blank because I go full Irish, you know? My mind's going blank. Just tell you this now, my mind's going blank. You won't even hear me now in a few seconds if I talk to you. Right? Don't look at me crooked ever again. But yeah, like, my mind goes a bit blank when I think of that stuff or whatever. Sometimes. But yeah, it really is like a, with the spaceship, it is like if something's hidden from someone, what if it is our sister who's hiding this idea from us? Maybe they don't want us to know about it entirely for now.
I still wish to return to the moon that belongs to me.
Especially since there's something going wrong with your, you know, she's saying that she doesn't have a lot of time left.
That is where the answers lie buried. That is my true home.
We'd love to help in any way. Oh my god, what an act. Act 2 was incredible. I think Act 1 was like one of the best setups for a story. What?
Interesting.
He's such a cool design.
You followed me this far. Why not show your face?
Who followed?
Haha! Right. Right you are. I forgot to introduce myself.
Wait.
The name's Varka.
Varka?
Knight of Boreas and Grand Master of the
Wait,
Knights
what?
of
Why is he
Favonius.
following? Why is he following him? Oh my freaking god. Varka was following Rerir, and he had the bravery to follow Rerir? What the hell's happening there? What the hell is happening there? I said the first act had like one of the best setups in terms of just like baseline setups, right? Like, and I stand by that. I think the first act like had so many amazing, incredible moments. We saw that with her sister and stuff like this too. There's so many emotional moments, but it was a perfect setup for the rest of Nod Krai. I feel like this was like this could have been an Act 5 anywhere. This whole thing could have been an Act 5. Now, it couldn't have been on the basis of like, you know, there was like a lot of like threads that were pulled but not fully pulled out. You know what I mean? And I think that's a good idea to do in an Act 2, right? It definitely is. Those you know, in our first act, I feel like they give you the ability to pull those threads with some amazing moments too. I hope it doesn't sound like it was all just build up, because there was like some amazing moments where our sister and like the, you know, meeting all these characters, it was amazing. But I feel like that's what Act 1 was such a perfect Act 1. It set up so many future things as well, like the idea of what's going to happen with the Damselette, the Fatui, you know, the cannon, you know, the idea of like the wild hunt, like all this stuff was being set up so perfectly. What's going to happen with Flynn's, and we got some answers even to stuff in Act 1, like what's Flynn's true ideal. He's a fae who, the reason why the animals probably look at him differently is because he is probably like one with the forest, just like them in a lot of ways. He is like some sort of like creature more than he is a human. So like I guess the weariness that they felt around him was probably something to do with that as well. So like all these suspicions of him being like a loner, like is he planning something? Is he this? Is he that? It would actually had like a lot of like reasonable explanations for that too as well. When it came to the stuff with like the cannon, obviously we like kind of realized like what the cannon was for, like the secrets behind like what the Rerir was using the cannons for. The Wild Hunt itself, we now know like what the Wild Hunt, not know exactly fully what it is, I want to make that clear, but we know like how like it was forming in a way too. It seems like it is fragments of Rerir that were like spread apart across Nod Krai as well too. Like there's a lot of stuff that like I feel like was like kind of like, even like the stuff with the Damselette, like are we going to see the Damselette and like what's her part of the story? I did not expect to see the Damselette in Nasha Town now. I genuinely thought that like in my mind I thought Act 5 was going to end. If it is Act 5, it could be 6 acts, it could be 7 acts. We don't know what they're doing with Nod Krai. It could be 4 acts. I genuinely thought that the end of the finale of Nod Krai is when we were going to go for like a walk with the Damselette. But the fact that we're actually here with the Damselette now, pretty amazing. Like I didn't expect that whatsoever. Genshin always has a way of like turning stuff in his head and like, you know, making my ideas that I thought were like really good into like, oh, that's even better than mine. Was that a pumpkin? Halloween time. Okay, so we're going to talk about like all the stuff that we like kind of happened in this episode. I'm going to get some stuff wrong. I'm going to forget some stuff 110%. It's going to happen. But that's okay. That's 100% okay. Because I think there's a lot of stuff that's going on here, and there's a lot of like intricacies, and like there's. I also think, I'm going to say this right now, I think there's going to be a lot of people believing that they know everything 100%. There's going to be people that believe that like they are fully, you know, well versed in this, and they won't be. There's going to be people that like, you know, probably think that they're wrong, but they're going to be right. Like that happens with Genshin sometimes as well, because I feel like, you know, we're all in the same place now in a way. I know people have done some of the other quests as well, but like we're all in the same spot here. Yeah, so I might just, we might switch to Sing Sho and have him like stand in like a very pretty place maybe. This is pretty, right? Fontaine, it's Fontaine in the background, right? Yeah. Man, Fontaine is incredible, isn't it? Absolutely incredible. We can go into photo mode as well. I like it to be like a little bit off angle as well, you know, because it doesn't have to be perfect. We talked about all this stuff at great length in like across all the other episodes, but we started off this whole thing in this whole chapter with, I feel like the biggest kind of reveal that we had was the stuff about Flynn's. Like, you know, we had obviously stuff again going back to the scene of the crime with Flynn's and realizing like, you know, who would have killed Sozi, and you know, the impersonation of Sozi. It was actually all along Sozi was being impersonated by Rerir, because we found it out through like, you know, the fact that I guess Rerir's obsession and his kind of like the way he does things is not always like the most like calculated. Yes, like he has like some calculated plans, but he's also very erratic with some stuff too and cuts corners in some ways. And we've seen that with his sister, with his impersonation of our sister, but also with the impersonation of Sozi now, where he didn't pick up on absolutely everything to do with each character, which has led him open to like us realizing that that someone is being impersonated. Now, here's the thing: that doesn't mean he's not calculated and smart, because he accomplished things very much so in both those times. The first, you know, one, I guess like he got like closer to us as well, and also in a way too, like he was able to like spread the Wild Hunt a little bit. Now he did fail in actually getting the Moon Marrow, but also at the same time too, the second time around he did accomplish what he wanted to do with the cannon the first time around. He got the cannons repaired as quick as possible. He got Sozi to come down here and like complain in a very reasonable way, like, oh, I need to get this done really quickly, you know? But at that point, Sozi was already captured, and like there was nothing that we could do at that point for Sozi. But yeah, we realized at that point too, like, yeah, there was obviously the disguise. We also realized that like the story behind Flynn's and the Lantern is actually like a bit of a relief. I said there before, like I was feeling a lot of fear that he was going to be like a really dark, evil character. Not like evil, but like maybe he was going to be like an anti-hero, and not an anti-hero, but like a I don't know what you say, like not neutral evil. That's not the wrong way. I'm trying to think of a way to put it. It was like I wonder what his dark powers was. Was it abyssal? What is this? What is he using this for? Like, is he like, what side is he on? Is he on his own side? Does he care about this stuff? We didn't know at all, because especially with the stuff like, the animals fear him. And then we kind of got an explanation for that with the Fae stuff. He is a Fae who lived in darkness and became a lightkeeper because the first light that he saw when he was really sensitive to light was the light in the lightkeeper's eyes, and he fought alongside them. That is such a beautiful story of how he became a lightkeeper, right? It's the idea of like, and again, it's so poetic. I saw the light and the passion of their eyes. Incredible. Which again explains quite a bit. Explains like his shape-shifting powers. Explains why he kind of has those ethereal powers. And I also think it explains why like the people of, I think actually why the animals are so weary of him and didn't want to go near him was probably the abyssal power in the lantern. Am I right? And I'd say that's probably right. I think it's not just like, oh, he's a Fae, because I think if he was a Fae on his own, I think it would have been like, oh, really cool. Like, animals are very, like, in folklore, I truly believe, like, in stories and movies and books, animals don't shy away from, like, forest creatures that often, you know what I mean? Unless they're evil or unless they're dark, or I think it's one of those things where, like, they would have been, like, very okay with going near him, but I guess, like, the abyssal power in the lantern was something that we didn't really know about, and the animals were kind of steering clear of that. Again, it's good to have an explanation of all this, because while I didn't think we were going to hate Flynn's at all, there's still always a worry, like, of where does that power come from? What is he doing? Like, what's the idea behind this power? And I think it's so okay to say. I think it's okay to be like, okay, we're a bit worried about this. And we found out that too. We then saw Rerir putting his plan into motion. He was planning to fire the cannon for a second time. And the way he was going to do this was putting some fear into all these characters' minds. And again, it makes perfect sense that, like, all it takes is, like, a small bit of gasoline on a small fire to make it go... that's all it takes. Because if you have people who are already like worried and afraid, if you give them like misinformation, if you give them any type of like reason why their fears are like rational, if you give them a reason why, maybe like if things are going wrong for example, like the stuff with the wild hunt, and it's a terrifying thing, if you give them a boogeyman, then it puts their mind a little bit at ease, because now it's like I can point to one thing and say that is the problem, and if we get rid of that, it's over. And of course that is irrational. It's something that does not it's not right. And I said this like last episode too, it is not okay for the people of Nod Krai to put their own worries and fears on Flynn's. It's not okay. But what happened here was something that happens in real life too, where it's like a small fear that someone has, that in a way, the way you should always deal with those small like fears that are unfounded, that won't ever come to anything, is to say, hey, look, here's the rationality around this. It won't do anything to get really afraid right now. You can't take your anger and your worry out on one person or people or anything like this as well. But what usually happens is, as I said, people take a small bit of gasoline. They see this small smoky fire, just the embers. It's nothing's rising out of it yet. And Rerir dropped that fire on it and it exploded. You know what I mean? And all these people started suspecting that anyone could be impersonating anybody, and that's what he wanted in the end, because he was absorbing Kuvaki. We learned that the Kuvaki in the soil, whilst we thought they were opposed to each other, what was actually happening was, just like this stuff with, as you said, with the dragons in Nod Krai, like say with, Okan, for example. It's one power will like not be like not cancel out, but like will be more powerful than the other. And the abyssal power is so powerful that to me what they're saying is that the abyssal power absorbed the Kuvaki energy and became and that's how he like was getting some of his power back, and that's why he was so powerful. Because when that first cannon shot that day at the start of this act, that's when he went to attack Flynn's to get his fragment back, his heart back, by the way, and that's when he got so powerful that he nearly destroyed Flynn's, because he was more powerful than ever before. Rerir was getting his power back in that moment. And that's why in that moment when we absorbed the abyssal power from that lantern, his first reaction was like it wasn't, I think it was shock. It was like, oh, what did he do? But it also was like frustration. It's like, are you kidding me? All this work that my heart was doing, because that's what was happening when the heart was like emitting this abyssal energy. I think it was calling back to Rerir, to get back to Rerir. And we used the One Ring analogy, right, where it's like, and now we know Flynn's was correct. Even if we took that fragment and we threw it into the ocean, I guarantee you within like, it would take years. I think it would take like hundreds of years, because it would sink to the bottom of the ocean, right? It would take hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, but it would get back to Rerir in some way. I think it would eventually get back to him if you didn't contain it. Like honestly, like very, very well done how they dropped that, as you said, dropped that gasoline on the situation, and they dropped that whole like idea, and Rerir was working behind the scenes and all this stuff, because it makes his plan so much more like it worked. It really worked in a lot of ways too. And I think they also like, them revealing the idea of like Kuvaki energy and him like giving back his form. We saw him like in his half form basically, and he looks so cool, but the design is so cool. But what it did there was like it struck fear into my heart when we met up with him in that moment and they're about to fire that cannon again. I felt tension like no other. My heart was pounding. I was tingling all over. Like I was like mouth wide open for any scenes I wasn't talking. I like, you know that feeling when you get the feeling, that burning feeling in the pit of your stomach, like something bad is going to happen. I felt that in that moment there. There was that feeling throughout the whole thing to the point that like, I don't know if it was caught out there on the microphone. Maybe it was. At the end of all of it, when we eventually got out of everything, we entered into that flower field. Like my body's first reaction was just to go, you know what I mean? Just to breathe out. Like it was intense. I think it was so well written. It was so like confrontational in a way that like was so tense. Like you could feel like the tension coming off everybody. Everyone was on guard. Rerir was like totally like this different being that we even saw before. And again, the idea of it being a 5 sinner is already terrifying. So what he did in that moment was he wanted the second cannon to fire off again, because that would have given him his powers back. In that moment, he would have become like more powerful than we could possibly imagine, and in that moment, he could have probably destroyed us, 100%. And he did such a. I hate to always like compliment bad guys and being smart, but like there's no doubt about it. It was a smart move to do, was to get like the named characters and the people that could do something about the situation away from Nasha Town. Nefers and Yehuda being away from Nasha Town means that there's a trusted person who gives that information is no longer there to calm everyone's feelings on anything. Llama not being anywhere near there as well means this character who's so powerful and before has stopped the Wild Hunt Abyssal energy before is no longer in Nasha Town. I know who's someone who works with the cannon and could be trusted as someone who like works behind the scenes with the cannon, no longer in Nasha Town at that time. Has to go to those sites. And Nefer, someone who's so powerful and such a powerful machine, no longer in Nasha Town. Like, all those plans that were laid out there was for a reason. All of it. Like, and it makes perfect sense. Now, obviously, he didn't count on the fact that they got back in time, and not fully in time, right? Of course, there still was some crazy stuff happening there. And of course, I love the scene with Llama calming everyone down, everyone moving back away from her. So incredible. She stood up there on top of that balcony, basically, and said, like, yes, it's okay to be afraid, but like we all got to work together here in this moment as well. Like a lot of beautiful phrasing there, a lot of beautiful scene. I think like it really did hit home to a lot of people there as well, because that's what's happening in that place. A lot of people were terrified. Yes, there were some people who were doing stuff for profit. F them, 100%. They were just trying to sell off people's stuff and stuff like this as well, you know. It wasn't out of frustration or protest or anything like that. It was literally just them trying to like make a profit out of a situation that was happening with like that was a catastrophe. There was children amongst rubble and flames. Like it's a horrible sequence to even look at. But there was people that just were terribly afraid that someone would be impersonating other people. And they heard throughout their whole life that the cannon was going to be the thing that would be able to fire off. And again, Rerir put that in people's minds too. The cannon is so important. It's an event. You watch the cannon as it obliterates things. But if he was able to absorb that full power, I do imagine that everyone would be like even more effed than they are now. He's obviously one of the 5 sinners. And in that moment, like he said to us, like what is happening is he's going to absorb that power. And if he can absorb that Kuvaki energy, he would be like so powerful again. He said that all the fragments of all the Wild Hunt are like, maybe I got this part like a little wrong, with all the fragments that are scattered around the place are actually like fragments of himself. Like all the Wild Hunt places are fragments of himself that are all been like calling to him. And he's been destroying different places around, different Wild Hunt places, which again, so cool that they called back on that as well, where it's like this idea of like, oh, there's been undocumented reports of like Wild Hunt sites being destroyed. Because what happens is that smaller Wild Hunts like get removed and bigger ones come in their place. So he's like been almost like collecting fragments, been creating like bigger like Wild Hunt situations. And I think when they said as well, he said it's like, I've been collecting little pieces of myself, but that hasn't been like the most important thing he's been collecting, right? It's been one of those situations where he's been looking for the bigger pieces, which was the heart. Is the heart that Flynn's has. But yeah, this cutscene was incredible, by the way. I love the cutscene of like Nefer. I was so proud of her jumping up on top. By the way, her carrying Aino on her shoulders, an amazing scene, such a cool animation. But her like going into this situation, climbing up the tower manually, by the way, manually. And in that moment, when she fell, I was like, oh my God, you did such a good job. And I thought that was going to be it. But then she climbed back up again, lifted the cannon up and like diverted it away in such an amazing moment. I also love that they showcased like all the characters doing their own thing as well, which like, you know, they showed, I know, you know, like, and Nefer doing stuff. They showed Yehuda and Nefer getting like the Fatui involved, I believe. And they showcased like Llama doing stuff as well. Like they really did like showcase these characters like all getting into like and jumping into action with this stuff as well. And I feel like it was a really, really cool sequence. And it showcased like how much they all like actually do like have like a part to play in the story as well. But not only that, like when the cannon was about to go off, our characters connected with the Kuvaki energy as well, it seemed. And they blocked off this Kuvaki energy together. And again, like I said, it's such an amazing scene. Not only because of this amazing thing the Bowman were doing, I've never seen, and it's such a good way of selling how powerful this energy is. The Traveler didn't look cool in that moment. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's a bad thing, by the way. He looked like someone who was strained. His face was like, you know when the light shines in your face and you're like, you know, like that. It looked like that. It looked like he was like in serious pain. Like his face was like, his mouth was like contorted a bit, like, and his eyes were like, like he wasn't trying to. The game wasn't trying to be like, isn't this a cool moment? It was like, look at the strain that these two are going through to be able to block this. And that's when Nefer like threw it away. And I think like in that moment, like when it diverted, like someone attacked the Frost Moon Scions. We don't know who like was able to do that. There's another mystery there too. Someone protected Frost Moon Scions. But like in that moment, that's when Rerir was able to like resurrect into like a full form, but not with his full power, I believe, because he wasn't able to absorb the full Kavaki energy. But if the Kavaki energy is there, he's still gonna be able to absorb some of it. And then while before it was diverted. And he has this new form, which honestly is like a really pretty character, like a really cool design. I love the vampiric nature of the design as well, especially for a character that like is, you know, sucking the energy dry in a lot of places in terms of Kuvaki energy. It makes sense. He's like a Kuvaki vampire, which I think is really cool, a really cool idea. But this is also, I believe, and I could be wrong, this is the first time ever we've had one of the sinners. No, it's not. No, it's not. I was gonna say it's the first time we've had one of the sinners like right in front of us. We've seen sinners before, but I guess like this is one of the first times we've had sinners in like a kind of a human form, like a human kind of like skin and stuff like that. Even though it's not a human form, because he said it's not a human form, right? It's because again, there's still like pink permeating. It's a full form, but it's not like fully powered, I believe, because there's still like pink permeating and pink lights permeating through his body as well, which is also like a really interesting thing as well. But it was a really incredible scene. And at that point, he went absolutely like mad. And I think it's so interesting that Flynn's mentioned this. His rationality went out the window when he became like into this form. He started mentioning all the other sinners, mentioned how he was going to like destroy us. He became more dangerous than ever. And that's when the marionette of all those amazing scenes, so freaking cool, came in with like this explosion and these bombs of Polomina. And like, no, by the way, here's the thing. She probably was like a little bit like shaken or a bit afraid. But like I said, like I really think that like, you know, she is more powerful than people give her credit for. She came in and like really did save our lives. Like, and why she didn't like defeat Rerir, like, I do think if Polomina and her didn't show up at that time, I think there would have been like a way worse situation. But like, it was a really amazing fight scene, like so cool, showing the weight of Polomina and like the chunkiness of each hit, while Rerir was like already in the state where he was already like really kind of like frantic, being able to get a hold of like with those hands, those dark shadowy hands, getting a hold of like Polomina. And it was in that moment that I really feel like it was so incredible that while we got saved by the marionette, we also got saved by the damselette, and she pulled us out of there. And that to me was one of my favorite things ever. So beautiful in terms of showing the connection between us and the damselette, because now we have to know that the damselette would save our lives, and now we know the damselette cares about us. And like, even though she, you know, that's what I knew that's what it was when she said, hey, like, you're more than a stranger. That is more things that she has said to anybody that she, you know, would care about than ever before. She cares about us quite a bit, and we care about her too. And she did it even at the detriment to herself. She looked like she was in pain afterwards, but didn't want to show us because she didn't want us to be worried about this either. To show out case on what she cares about us, she never wanted to leave that place at all until everything was sorted out at the very least. But she actually like brought Flynn's and the marionette to that scene, and then we had those amazing scenes with the marionette and the damselette. It felt like sibling energy. It felt like, you know, the older brother like sorting something out and being like, I did it already. It's like, no, I was supposed to do that, you know? I was supposed to beat that boss in the game, you know? It's like, you know, you come home, the little brother comes home and the save file is saved over. Someone's like, I did it already. It's like, no, I was working on the boss. It's like, you were stuck on the boss. No, I wanted to do that. Or like, you know, again, like siblings, sisters, brothers, all this stuff is helping each other out. It really felt like that. Because like, whilst like the marionette, it seems like she comes across as like a very cool and calculated character, she also like was very like, it's like, I don't need your help. I don't need your help at all. And what I loved about that too was that like the marionette was the damsel was 100% being a bit snarky. And I think we've already seen her like, you know, have a laugh at the marionette's expense, which I love. I love that they have this like really funny connection with each other as well, where like there is a bit of snarkiness coming from the damsel, kind of like you know, like I thought you just needed my help. Maybe if you followed my regiments like I gave you before, maybe if you got some sleep, you know. It is very much like, feels like the damsel is the older sister in the situation, poking fun, you know, the older brother, older sister poking fun at the sibling, and I think it's so cute. And even the marionette was getting so frustrated, because even in the end, like, I loved that the marionette wasn't going to actually fight her, because I think that damsel could destroy us, you know? But we still got this very, like, fun scene between all the characters together, and I actually loved it dearly. Just really enjoyable stuff. Really, really enjoyable. I love the cutscene amongst them all. Yeah, I love the scene with them all together. And then Flynn's, of course, being like this such a gentle soul, such a gentle person, like, you know, with the damsel, that I think that, you know, she instantly was just like feeling calm around him. And I feel instantly calm as well. I think they did such a good job with that, bringing us to the flower field afterwards, because there was an instant feeling of like, whew, everything's calming down now a bit. Everything feels a bit calm, you know? I think that's a really good idea they pulled off there. The characters kind of, I feel like, came to the conclusion in the end that Rerir isn't out for revenge, he's out for a different plan, and it could be to do with his obsession with the moons, and I think so too. I think he's after the moon, the idea of the moons. I think he's always been obsessed with the idea of the moons, and he's had that obsession since the cataclysm itself. And he's going to continue on with that obsession, because, you know, they rightly pointed out that in the end, if he wanted to kill us, like, right now he has the power enough to do something at least. He could still chase after us. Look what he did to Polomina. Without the damsel, we were in deep trouble once again. He has like he would have no qualms of doing that, but it seems like that's a different plan that he has going on here. He's not looking for revenge in that sense too, which I think is very, you know, important to note, because like, you know, in terms of like learning what his motivation is, I think it has to have something to do with the moon fragments. 100% is going to be something to do with the moon fragments, I believe, and maybe, you know, obtaining that full power for himself too. He even said like being like human is like overrated at one point. So I think, you know, now that he's like, you know, this new form, but that's not fully human, he's maybe like, that's what's kind of broken him a bit. All this effort and he didn't even get his full form, and he's like, F this, you know, F this. But it's interesting that also that the damsel I mentioned is something very true, is that everyone's probably worried about Rerir now, which means you'll see like maybe the Tory and like the marionette and anyone else like probably trying to get ready for like anything that's going to happen in the future. So that's why the damsel was able to like actually leave her home and kind of just have a wander around, which was so sweet as well. She also mentioned that someone is hiding the spaceship from us, so there's a chance that the spaceship is just being hidden on purpose from us. And also at the same time too, there's also a thing where, what was the third thing we talked about? The spaceship and the Fatui as well. We talked about the Fatui, and we know with the Fatui as well, as you said, that they are kind of like, you know, planning something with the cannon, but we don't know exactly what they're planning with the cannon. We just know that it could aim and destroy something. We have to maybe deal with that in the future as well. To kind of like, I guess, like talk about like all, like just first of all, summarize everything. Like what we had here was Rerir impersonating people to sow dissent within Nasha Town in order to make his plan work, so people would be afraid of turning off the cannon. The cannon was to give him power of Kuvaki, so he could absorb the power of Kuvaki and become powerful and become this full form. He didn't absorb the full power, but he still was able to go into like a full form. His fragments are spread about the place, and they're all become like the Wild Hunt sites. And the heart that he wants to obtain is within the lantern of Flynn's. He was able to like kind of bring this new form to himself, and now we don't know exactly what his motivations are, but we know it has something to do with the moon fragments themselves. So that's like the basic summaries of like, I feel like, of Rerir's whole thing, of what he's going after and what his whole plan is and what his situation is. We know that one of the 5 sinners is here in Anad Krai, and we know that we have to deal with them at some point too, which is scary. Like, let's be honest, it is scary. Like, I'm not trying to be bad. It's an absolutely terrifying thing, and I think they did such a good job with having the terrifying aspects of the 5 sinners. They didn't change whatsoever throughout the whole story. Every single moment, I was still like, oh my god, we're right in front of one of the 5 sinners. Even when he mentioned the other 5 sinners, I was like, please do not even like mention them, because it's actually they do such a good job with like making sure the sinners are such a terrifying idea in this game as well. yeah, like, and that's kind of like my summary of like I talked about it, like, but that's my quick summary of like what I think is happening with Rerir, what he did to obtain the Kuvaki energy, what he's been doing to obtain Kuvaki energy all this time out of the soil and out of these places. He's been searching for the fragments of his own soul as well. And yeah, that's kind of like the summary of like Rerir, I guess, of how I see what's happening with Rerir. But there's so much obviously going on with like Flynn's character and having to deal with Sozi's death, and how emotional that was as well for him. I think, you know, having to come to terms with the idea that someone so good and someone so amazing that gets on notice for their whole life now dies with one person basically at their funeral. You know what I mean? One person at their funeral. You know, the idea that now we have to be paranoid about like them and maybe impersonating other people. I wonder if that's still going to happen now that he's in full form. The damsel is now like out walking about as well, and we can see how with her story as well, her story is about getting back to her prologue, getting back to her story from before, and I do want to help her in some way because it seems like she's running out of time, she says, and I do not want another freaking Fatui member to freaking die or to lose their life like the Il Capitano. I don't want it to happen, I'm sorry. I really don't. It's the opposite of what I want to happen this time around, but yeah, it's another like situation where I'm kind of like, yeah, like I don't want this to happen. I don't want this to be a situation that we have to say goodbye to the damsel. But then again, you never know with Genshin. And he's saying, when I say I don't want it to happen, of course you don't want it to happen, but story-wise it could still make sense at some point, I know. But like, it's a very sad situation. But yeah, she's helping us out so much and so amazing helping us out, even at a detriment to herself. Her scenes are always incredible. When we were, like I said, in the flower field, I don't have to say it again, but like it was so magical and ethereal. I've been loving this. I love the acts that we played so far have been so incredible. So many amazing moments, and this act 2 was like chocked full of just so many incredible, magical, beautiful moments and terrifying moments at the same time too. Those cutscenes, the battles that we were having with Rerir, the battle, we've had the cutscenes in this act. I feel like there's more amazing cutscenes in this act than there has been. Like per percentage, by the way. I'm not saying they're all more amazing than every other cutscene. I'm not saying that, but per percentage of like I don't think there's ever been like an act 2 where we've had this many like dedicated like animated cutscenes. Like, it's insane what they were doing. And like the reason why I'm also excited for not just because I'm like, oh, cutscene, but like it's like Genshin directs cutscenes, like they're like, when they do a cutscene, they're like second to none. They're so incredible what they do with the cutscenes. They're so amazing. So much like drama and suspense and impactful fights and all this stuff and emotions. They do such a good job with this stuff. But yeah, this was chock full of tension, story reveals, incredible moments, more damselette. I kind of have more of an understanding time with the marionette, which is so awesome too. The marionette helping us those amazing moments. Incredible. Not many fights with our own characters, but some actually really cool fights as well, like with Duckling as well too. But it really felt like they really showcased the characters so well in the first 2 acts. These first 2 acts have been incredible. I can't wait for Act 3. I know that like on Friday there was a showcase of maybe what's coming next. I don't know what's coming next, but I want everyone to know as well as always, I don't watch those things. So I'll find out probably like, you know, afterwards if there's... But this is what you can say. If you're in the conversation now, and I probably already know by now, but I have no problem if you guys are like, hey, there's an event coming up, or there's a Act 2 coming up, because that does help, because then I know what to get in order before we get into that as well. We're going to be doing a lot of side quests and this stuff too. We're going to be doing a lot of these missions here. If I can showcase this as well, we're going to be doing a lot of this stuff here, like these things here. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of those things. And there's like a side quest over here. There's one over here as well. There's a lot of stuff that like we can actually do as well. I don't think these take too long, so I think I would be okay with doing them as well. Maybe we could do them like in a bunch of different videos, maybe over 2 videos as well. It might be a good idea, because I do like to take my time with this stuff too. There's so many places in the map we haven't been to. We will be activating waypoints as well. If we have to, and again, it's one of those things, if we have time. If we don't have time before like Act 2 comes out, or Act 3 comes out, or the next thing comes out, what we will do is, even if we don't get to that point, what the plan would be is to like, even if we have to do exploration videos a bunch of times towards the end, we will be like activating waypoints, even if we have to do like cleanup episodes and that stuff as well. We're going to be doing a lot of that stuff. Now, I did say like I was going to look back on something here, 2 things here. First of all is what the marionette said when they arrived. So this is what they said, it matters not having a heart, being human, it's all irrelevant, it's completely utterly insignificant. So now like he's like, I don't need to have a heart. So maybe he wants to have a heart. Maybe at one point he wanted to be human again. Maybe he hated being lost in the moon pools and stuff like this as well, in the moon's reflection. And he's like, he's just trying to maybe cope with this idea as well. Human are not does anything in the world. He's saying like now that maybe it's like now that I'm not human and nothing matters to me in this world. And we could be interpreting wrong, but again, we're all in the same space in terms of interpretation. And here's the scene with the marionette, right? So many amazing things happening here. I'll have to remember to mute this as well, by the way. Let's see what she said when she first arrived. You're wrong. So amazing. He looks so freaking cool. So she said, like, hey, like you're wrong about this, buddy. Like, just because you don't understand something doesn't mean that it's not like something we can't truly eventually understand. She's like, knowledge is what we need to like obtain here. Oh my god, I just noticed now he before he went into fight like Polomita, he like twisted his neck. This is an incredible cutscene. So cool. You know the only one who got stronger? I can't believe we're right beside the marionette in this moment. So incredible. He's so good. No, he actually is very attractive. There's a weird thing about it. I don't know what it is. I'm going to hell. He's like weirdly cute. Look at the thing in the back as well. The bandage on his face where he goes around the back. It's so cool when it messes his hair up a little bit. Look at him, even like the way he's like sizing them up as well. It's so cool. The spin as well. Yeah, the combat was so amazing. This is what I'm talking about. Like, direction when it comes to combat and cutscenes, there's no one who does it better, I don't think, in the world. I'll be honest with you. I think, like, you know, I would say that actually, like it's different when you feel like a dragon, right? When they do, like, animated cutscenes where people are fighting, it's usually, like, very, like, a struggle. It's usually, like, a very, like, not that this isn't a struggle, but, like, it's different the way they do it, right? It's more like, slow punches to the face, or like, you know, and I'm talking about the cutscenes after the big crazy fights, by the way. But I do think Genshin are second to none when it comes to combat stuff. Look at this. I think here's where I was saying that, yeah, it makes sense that they showcase this, right? It's like, yes, the marionette can fight back, and yes, she is powerful. Yes, she wasn't afraid in this moment for a moment until she saw this. But they had to showcase as well that he is, look at that, how powerful he is too. So did Polomita not get out of there? He's very cool. I think Polomita got out of there. Hopefully he didn't get destroyed. Yeah, he's like, I'm sorry. Look, like, okay, I'm not sorry. This is very cute. Right? Like, we can't deny it. You know? If you deny it, you lying. Okay. And the other one we had as well was the scene with it wasn't too serious, but it was just like a cutscene here, or an image I wanted to take a look at. But I think we got a good idea of it. It was just a really pretty art piece. First of all, this is hilarious as well. Look at this. I love this. Yeah, okay, we didn't miss anything. I was just like, maybe we'll miss anything with the image there as well. But yeah, it was just like, Yehuda's so like, is sweating it. Nefer's having a conversation with this Snezhnayan person. Llama is like down with all the people there, amongst the people like she usually does. Yeah, very cool stuff. Guys, that's gonna do for this video. Thank you so much for supporting this series, and thanks so much for supporting me. I did this all in one video, mostly because like I was like, oh, actually, I won't even lie, I heard the special event was coming on Friday. I was like, look, like, usually the special event like happens like 2 hours before I release a video, you know what I mean? So it's like one of the situations where it's like, like, we can like skip that day. I feel like the festivities that day always like are very much like a hype about the new stuff and stuff like that too. So I'm like, okay, like, everyone, let's all reconvene on Sunday. You know what I mean? Not that my videos are like something people reconvene on, but you know what I mean? Like, I think it's a good idea to do that. This video is gonna be rather long, so we're gonna put it all in one video on Sunday. I'm very, very happy to do that. And guys, thank you so much for watching. Thanks so much for supporting me. Thanks so much for being amazing. You're incredible. My phone is dead. Let's get something else to do. Read the names. Thank you so much to... Let's see now. Where are we here? Thank you so much to Tyfire 2, Jamie Bold, Janet Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Yule, Radish, Anusta, Death Trap, Legs Marky, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Kasperian, Jared Beanham, and at the highest tier on my YouTube, RollGamer7, Blasco, and brand new member at the highest tier as well, Lucinagi. And I thank you all so soon. See you soon. Bye bye. Oh, we can do the thing if you want. Very cool.